Tascosa hoping there to draw some of that, the inside of that defense to the outside now, as they've had some success on the edge. But the interior of the Eagle defense not having any of it, making a really nice stop there on second and 17, setting up a third and 13.
And when you look at a third and long like this, you've almost got to think the Rebels may need to start ramping up their passing game.
Well, they may not pass. They may not. I think last year they threw 2 passes. Is that what it was?
Yeah, something like that. And the Eagles nearly beat them last year. On third down, running the option to the outside. Here's going to be the pitch from Barnett. He'll pitch it to his running back, and that's going to be Sanders. They'll move the football to the 40-yard line. That brings up 4th and about 7 for Tascosa. And the Eagles right now in anticipation of a punt. Back deep for Abilene High, you've got Nathaniel Tiarina. He'll be the single safety at the 15-yard line. David Agayo will be the punter for Tascosa.
Guzman with a nice stop there. And again, Abilene High defense getting off the field and not allowing them into scoring position.
Good clean snap. Agayo left-footed punt. It's up in the air. Tiarina calls fair catch at the 17-yard line. So now the Eagles will get the ball back with their first possession here in the second quarter from their 17-yard line. And Abilene High tied it up. We're tied up. Eagles took the opening kickoff, 99 yards, and then Amarillo came back with a 59-yard run. Both teams got their point extra try good. So here we are. It's almost like nothing to nothing in the second.
They've run about the same number of plays, Abilene High, with only about 35 yards of total offense in the first quarter because of the kickoff return. So a lot of room here. We got some yards to gain.
Abel Ramirez back in the shotgun, fakes the handoff to Fonzo Dotson, throws that. He's got a receiver wide open the 25, over the 30, stepping out of bounds at the 32. That's a good 15-yard gain for the Abilene Eagles.
And we said it on the last possession for the first time. We're saying it again for the second time. Ramirez to Ramirez. He was left wide open. Play action fake block out there by the tackle, Keanu Graves, opening that up and letting Ramirez have a chance to hit Ramirez.
From the Eagle 32, we come to the line of scrimmage. Pair of receivers off to the left, one slot receiver. Tight end to the right. Abel Ramirez takes a shotgun snap, gives Fonzo Dotson, trying to find something to the left. He'll move from the line of scrimmage, spot him at the 35-yard line. Mark, that was a pretty decent run. Actually, they're going to say 4 yards on the carry. That'll bring up second down and 6.
Check. Mic check. Check, 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 check.
Gotcha.
Check, check.
You're good.
Okay.
All right, you guys are doing clear that table off. Concentrate. And Matt, I'm thinking, you think we bring Matt up there?
No, we'll keep him over there for right now. Then I'll yeah.
All right,
I can do you have the videos?
And you can come and meet really quick. Like it's not a big deal.
Absolutely.
Let me get the videos up there. You got 3 videos. I saw. Am I right?
Yes. And you have all the graphics.
Yeah, all the graphics are ready to go. Look at 325. I got Cooper, I got Central, and I got
Cover 1 youth football.
Cover 1 youth football. Just want to say to all you guys before we go on the air, I love you all. We're going to do great. Just be cool, be calm, and own the night.
Own the
Worry
night.
about winning battles.
So
Trammell, Mike.
here's how we'll introduce the show. We'll come in camera in here. I'll talk about some of the games that we got going on tonight. And then we'll immediately, and then after that, I'll toss to Trammell. And Trammell will kind of give me a kind of a play-by-play of what's going on there at Shotwell.
Do I need to be on the mic or will this pick me up?
No, the camera mic should pick you up.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I saw the. Can you see it moving? I'm pretty sure I saw the level come in earlier.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, kind of set me how I need to be. But I look at the camera or
Check. Are we live?
You're live. You're live.
Okay. Well, that's quite the introduction here. Mic checker 1, 2, 3. We are officially live here on Cover1 San Angelo Live.
We can do live. You want to have that? We can do the intro. You want to do the intro?
Well, let's see. Joe, you're directing the 1s and 2s. Go ahead and bring us in here.
Well, I can't do it like right away. I mean, you just got to tell me. You order me to do it, and I'll get it ready.
Well, you go for it. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Well, I'm not ready yet. Keep talking.
Okay.
You don't know what to say?
I do know what to say, but we usually, whenever you get a show started, you have everything ready to go.
All right, ready?
Well, hello and welcome to Week 5 of the Texas high school football season. I'm Manny Diaz here for Cover1 Live here on www.sanangelolive.com. Thank you for joining us, whether it's on Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, or right here on YouTube on the website. Hey, it's been so far a good start to the Week 5. We've seen a lot of good games go on throughout the state of Texas. Even our San Angelo Central Bobcats getting started under the Thursday night lights down in Central Texas. We'll peek in with some of those highlights down there, as well as Odessa Permian taking on former Little Southwest Conference rival Abilene Cooper there at the historic Ratliff Stadium. We'll get to those as well. Folks, we also have the Lakeview Chiefs in action tonight, looking to come off a loss from last week. Tonight, hosting the Brownfield Cubs at San Angelo Stadium. We'll give you some of that. Folks, this is the NFL Red Zone version of Texas high school football. We have highlights, we have great video, and we're going to provide you scores all night long. And in fact, we're going to even introduce a new segment. It is our live desk with our very own Matt Trammell. In fact, Trammell, he's working hard for us, looking to peek into a game. Trammell, what game are you watching right now?
Great defensive coach.
All right, Manny. Now we're actually here with a Little Southwest Conference rival right here. We got Abilene High, and they're looking to score real.
And it's third and go from the 30.
Joe, if you want to go to this game at Trammell Stadium.
Abel Ramirez. Oh, and another throw deep. That looks like that's either on third or fourth down. That's been pretty going on for a long time.
I think you do. I think the field goal team is running in. You had three receivers to Ramirez's left, one to his right, Sabalas out there to his right. I thought maybe he would look out to that one.
Good drive going down the field, but unable to take advantage of that one, even off going on fourth down.
Trammell, what is the score right now?
Right now it is 7-7. They both got on the board early in the first quarter, and after that they've just been working to get back on there. It's in the second quarter right now. And they're actually going to go for a field goal right here. Abilene High, and it's up. Oh, it's actually blocked. It's blocked. Oh. Oh, and Tascosa got on top of it, so Tascosa ball.
Exciting stuff there from the Lean Town out in the big country. The Amarillo Tascosa Rebels visiting the Abilene High Eagles. Thank you, Matt Trammell. We appreciate the live looking. Of course, tonight's highlights of the first hour of this is going to be presented by Eggemeyer's General Store. And most importantly, our first hour of coverage is presented by Little Caesars Pizza of San Angelo. Little Caesars Pizza for all your hot and ready needs there. Joe, let's get ready for Trammell here. Matt, you said that this game is tied 7-7. Can you give us some details and maybe how these teams were able to kind of get in the end zone? Do we have anything on that?
We're not real sure how these teams got in the end zone, though. We do know that Tascosa does run that triple option, so it's very likely that either that happened, and the Abilene Eagles, they like to throw the ball and run the ball, so it's not sure right now, but we're working on that right now.
Okay, all righty. So this is the season opener for both the Abilene High Eagles and the Amarillo Tascosa Rebels for Class 5A and 6A. For those who were kind of just tuning in to Texas high school football this week, the Class 1A through 4A got it started on August 28th. This week, this is the first time that the UIL has allowed classifications 5A and 6A to get started due to all COVID-19, what's going on here in the state of Texas. So, hey, an interesting game going on at Shotwell Stadium. Matt Trammell is going to be looking to peek into a number of other games tonight. I see he's efforting Wall and Midland Christian out in the Permian Basin. Of course, the Wall Hawks coming off just a tremendous win last week against the Mason Punchers in a very good rivalry matchup. Looks like we do have one. We'll get to some highlights of that game, but it looks like we're going to get to some Odessa Permian and Abilene Cooper under the Thursday night lights. Joe, I am ready when you are to roll the tape there.
Here we go.
Thursday night showdown between two one-time Little Southwest Conference rivals. Odessa Permian hosting Abilene Cooper. Opening drive of the game for the Cougs. Aiden Thompson getting it going for the kids from the south side of Abilene. Hooking up with Brian Spotwood for the 62-yard touchdown. And it's 7-0 Abilene Cooper. Next drive for the Cougars. Thompson back to work. And I tell you, this kid making it look way too easy. This time finding Alejandro Martinez for the 84-yard touchdown. And watch out! It's 14-0 Cooper. Who are these kids that are rolling into Ratliff on Thursday? My goodness. But I tell you what, here comes Mojo Permian getting on the board here, courtesy of Tristan Johnson for the 1-yard touchdown to make it 14-6. And look at him just plunging in to that Cooper defense. Second quarter now, Cooper with the rock after watching Permian score 20 unanswered points. Better make it 27. Bryce Woody yelling, Oski, coming up with the 31-yard pick six. But the woes would not end there for the Cougs. Ball goes over the head of Aiden Thompson. Amarian Garrett there to scoop it up. 60-yard touchdown, his second defensive touchdown of the night. But the Cougs not waving the white flag with under 2 to go in the half. Noah Garcia with the 31-yard touchdown. Yeah, to keep this one honest. Under 30 ticks left in the half now. Here comes Mojo. Harper Terry rocking that number 20 like Mike Winchell used to do back in the 80s. Good for the 30-yard touchdown run. Permian up 41-21 at the break, but in the end, it was all Mojo as they flexed in this one, 41 to 21 at the break, 47-35, 254 yards passing, 111 yards through the air for the Panthers as they take the dub, 47-35. Up next for Mojo, Amarillo Tascosa on October 9th in Canyon. So yeah, I'll tell you what, man, an exciting ball game from Permian last night, 47-35. Wow, this is a team that your San Angelo Central Bobcats saw in the scrimmage kind of to open things up just a week ago against Abilene Cooper. And it was a team that they fared very well. They were successful against them. Permian kind of showing a lot of the same things against this Cooper defense. Wow. But what's crazy about that is Cooper had a 14-0 edge in that one. And then Permian comes back with 27 unanswered points, just like it was nothing. Man, what an exciting finish. Of course, the Central Bobcats will see the Permian Panthers at the very end of the season. It's looking to be the week of Thanksgiving, right around that time. In that one there. Joe, we are seeing some action there at Shotwell Stadium. Let's go back to Trammell. Trammell, so far, we just have a new development from this game. What do you got?
Yeah, we actually just got a touchdown. We got it right here. Got a triple option play, and then we're going to pitch it out to the running back, and he just says, see y'all later. Going.
Wow, so the triple option running well tonight there at Shotwell Stadium.
Oh, we might have some problems here. We might have a flag. Oh, we actually have a flag here. We're going to say blocking in the back on the offense. It actually is going to set them back.
Holding. Was that blocking the back or holding?
Holding, I think, actually.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So the Rebels of Tascosa haven't quite taken the edge in that one.
All right, here we go. They're going to try it again. And quarterback keeper pitches it again. And, third down. He looks like he's short for the fourth.
So what are we looking at their yardage-wise to at least get the first down?
It looks about fourth and maybe about a foot. It looks like they're still going to go for it. Doesn't look like any special teams are on.
And why not? When you have an offense like that and you're in deep in the Abilene's territory, you got to roll the dice. What's the saying that we're rolling with around here, Trammell?
Hey, that's right. We're rolling them sevens, and right here, we're going to see if we can get 1 inch. Right here, Tascosa, they run the triple option. It's just safe to say they're going to run it again right here. Oh, fullback dive, and he gets it, it looks like.
Ooh, okay. So
still in the red zone.
So Tascosa rolling them sevens early on.
Yeah, got all the way to the 16-yard line.
Not too bad. So we will thank you, Matt Trammell. You're kind of keeping an eye on this one. Is that the closing moments of the first quarter? What's going on there?
No, we're in the second quarter. We got about 30 seconds left until halftime. So
wow.
If they can get on the board right here, it'll be a big push.
So this one moving along nicely, under 1 minute to go.
Yeah, looks like we have a timeout. So
there at Shotwell Stadium. All right. So thank you, Matt Trammell. We appreciate the effort on that one. If you can. If we can look for something with Wall and Midland Christian, that would be awesome.
Oh, looks like we're already here. Wall's down 21-0 at second quarter, I hope. No time here, but 21-0 early.
Okay. All right. We'll take a peek into that one. Man, that's a very surprising score there in the Permian Basin in that one. So
they were going against the Christians.
Hey. Easy, Joe Hyde.
All right,
Easy,
first
Joe
down,
Hyde.
and looks like Drew Morrison is not in the game at quarterback. Chase Rios, he's taking it. Oh, he's going. Oh, down at the 40, but that's actually a pass. We're catching the ball and running out.
Was it a simple screen or just looked like something along those lines there?
Yep.
All righty. So the Wallhawks trying to kind of get something going here. They're down 21-0. Is that right, Trammell?
Yeah, that's right. 21-0. It's in the second quarter right now.
All right. Of course, all of our live streams and highlights tonight presented by Eggemeyer's General Store, the best little general store in San Angelo, the Concho Valley, and of course, all of West Texas. They are proud supporters of the Wallhawks, no doubt.
Hey, Manny, we don't have like one of those little secret microphone things so I can whisper in your ears. So
yeah.
People are hearing me whisper.
I know. We're gonna have to invest in that kind of technology, Joe Hyde.
We need a sponsor for it.
Usually, yeah, absolutely. So, Joe, whenever you want to come back to us here on camera, so this is a big week for this 5A and 6A kids. Joining us now, Christian Gabaldon.
Late.
He's all right. It's all right. We were hanging out last night in Killeen with the Central Bobcats. Man, unfortunate what happened to those Bobcats last night. We'll get to some of those highlights. Let's just put it this way. A whole lot of Shoemaker. This is what we were talking about early on in the week, that a track team in pads, Killeen Shoemaker was. How surprised were you of that score? I know we'll get to these highlights in just a bit, though.
I don't think the score did enough justice. It was closer than the score said, towards the end of the fourth quarter. It was kind of garbage time points. But, I mean, like Central, they try and plot every year for Shoemaker, and it's just too much speed to even keep up with.
Yeah.
So you definitely saw a lot of that.
That's some insane speed, to say the least.
Yes.
That game was 21-7 heading into the half.
Yes.
We did see some things, some penalties that kind of happened with the Bobcats. And certainly after the game, it wasn't really good for the Bobcats. Britt Davis went into the locker room and pretty much said, nobody else allowed. He was there for a good while. I'm not going to say for how long, but he certainly, there was.
He spoke his part.
He spoke his part, to say the least. So hopefully,
you know, Central, these kids, they do have they had an awakening moment in that one. So some highlights. Joe, we ready for the highlights from last night? All right, let's roll the tape.
We're ready for highlights from last night.
Clean on Thursday night. As your Bobcats back in action, one especially in our very own Christian Gabaldon, along with Tanner Dabbert. Certainly all eyes on the senior QB1 Malachi Brown. Now a third-year starter for the Cats. Yeah, this big things in store for him, taking on the track team in pads that is the Killeen Shoemaker Grey Wolves. Well, opening drive of the game for Shoemaker, the Grey Wolves facing 3rd and 9. The Cats getting to the QB1 here, and not a bad start for the defense here, wouldn't you say, Christian?
No, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, ensuing Central drive, the Bobcats handed off to the bruiser Ashton Hartsfield, who's taking kids with them for a nice gain and a Central first down. Few plays later, the Angry Orange gets on the board first. The sophomore Darius Floyd takes it in for the 2-yard touchdown, 7-0 San Angelo. Next Shoemaker possession, the Cats defense putting the hashtag eat to work. Bryson McNutt forcing the fumble, an all-out scrum for the Rock. Somehow ends up in the hands of Kyson Snelson, who's high-stepping his way into the end zone, but hold the phone. Multiple penalties called on the play. Touchdown reverse. Central unable to do with anything in that possession. Yeah. Second quarter, following a Shoemaker punt, well, they fake punt it, and then they punch it in for the 2-yard touchdown. This one all knotted up at 7. Next Shoemaker drive, the Grey Wolves back to work. This time, it's Kajari Herrera who's taking the rock. Or actually, that's Malachi Brown coughing it up for the Shoemaker as Shoemaker jumps on it. Under 2 to go in the half. Well, there's this Kajari Herrera. Yeah, making big things happen.
Was that a penalty?
But then right before the half, it was a deep bomb, 67-yard touchdown to go up 21-7 at the break. Third quarter now, 28-14 Wolves. Brown getting loose. Holla at your QB1. Here, breaking off a little something for a nice gain and a Bobcats first down. A few plays later, it's number 8, Brown, capping off the drive here with a little touchdown. Yeah, and it's now a one-possession game, 28-21 Shoemaker. But that's as close as the Bobcats would get. The Grey Wolves with an answer as Devin Brown takes the pitch, knows what to do with it for the Shoemaker touchdown to go up 35-21. All Grey Wolves from there as they poured it on the Bobcats, 61-35. Just too many big plays allowed in this one from the Bobcats. After the game, a very frustrated Brent Davis.
You had your moments out here. It looked like in the third quarter you're going to get back in this thing.
Yeah.
And but this team is just so fast and so athletic.
Yeah. Yeah, they're more athletic than we are, and it shows. Their team speed is, they just have a tremendous amount more than we do, and it shows up on defense. And I thought our kids in the second half, we got back into it, and then we roughed the punter. So I don't know. We just made tons of mistakes, and you're not going to beat anybody doing that. It's all, it's the same old stuff. It's penalties and turnovers and special teams. They beat us in every phase of the game, and you're not going to win games like that.
The good thing about it is this is just game one. It's not a district game, obviously, so a lot of time to clean things up and see what your team's capable of doing.
Yeah, we got a lot to clean up. There's no doubt about it. We just have some immature kids that haven't played on this level much, and not immature in the personality, but just in football. They just don't have a lot of varsity experience, and we've just got to play and get better. We've got 2 more games before district. They're both powerhouse teams, and we got to play them on the road. So, like I told our players a while ago, it's not going to get any easier. We got to clean up what we're going to do. What we control, we got to control better. And obviously tonight, not at all.
Well, it's not switching automatically.
All right, so, man, a frustrated Brent Davis to say the least.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure if he's, Central's taken some lumps in years past, but it just seemed like a different guy last night.
It definitely was because, Central was really in it, and then it's just a couple, stupid turnovers and stupid penalties that really just hurt them in the long run and just, made the score worse than it was. Once it got to 3 scores, you just saw the Cats give up after that. Not give up, but,
Yeah. And certainly, it was due to, some inexperience, and he talked a little bit about that, for the last few seasons we've seen, guys that are having to translate that talent from the JV level to the varsity level, going from Thursday nights to Friday nights. This season is kind of another one of those seasons.
Absolutely. And, it was also a shorter week of practice. Obviously that's not a huge excuse, but especially for Coach Davis. But, it's definitely a huge transition from Thursday nights to Fridays for the JV kids. But, I know for sure they'll step up and bounce back from this one.
The offense, we actually saw a little something different, certainly from the scheming. We saw Kevin Crane, who's normally on the sidelines, and he was actually up in the box on Thursday night. How much different of a dynamic is that whenever he's not necessarily on the field versus in the box?
I think he can actually play a very crucial role because he can obviously see the defense in a different way than he could on the sideline. What zone, if they're running zone, or what kind of zone, man, and make play calls against that. And he did the following drive out of the half, first play,
right.
Jalen Lifesty touchdown.
Yeah,
we saw it.
And it was from a turnover that the Bobcats were able to get. But yeah, Jalen Lifesty, he was one of these guys that kind of just turned, and then I felt like that was a good momentum swing for them at that point. Defensively, what do you? I know Tanner Dabber was there at the game with us last night. What did you see that was kind of like, okay, it was good, but necessarily not great?
I mean, yeah, I saw some good things from Montavious. Montavious stepped up really well in this one.
That kid looks like the new Zacharian Puck.
He does, and he's lanky, and he was batting. He batted like 3 balls down.
Yeah.
He played really good. At the end of the day, it really was just speed on their part, and there's not a lot of us West Texas kid that we could do, I mean, we got the toughness, but sometimes speed's just too much for us.
Yeah, and that speed was killing on Thursday night. So now we have the schedule really doesn't really get much easier for the Bobcats moving forward. They'll get Schertz Clemens. They're out of the San Antonio area on next Friday. What have you seen from that matchup, and what are you kind of hearing there?
Obviously not going to be a very, like us, we'd play Colleen, and then we'd have Del Rio, which usually wasn't, too hard of a game for us. But for them, that's also a very, tough, crucial game. And, I'm hoping to see them bounce back from this tough loss and see what they can do next week.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's Schertz Clemens next in week 2 for them. Then it's A&M Consolidated down in College Station the week after, and then we kind of start getting into that district season with Abilene High. So, I mean, it's tough to really say, what the Bobcats can be looking like heading into that district opener. But man, it's going to be tough to get a win. I mean, certainly a win will be well earned, certainly in this non-district season.
Most definitely, head to head for sure.
Yeah,
all the games.
Joe, we do have highlights awaiting. From Midland with Matt Trammell. If we can go back to the live desk with Trammell.
I got him looking for something.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to...
We are going to have some live highlights, though, but our problem, Manny, where's Trammell? Gone.
Well, Joe, you're putting him on the spot there. You're putting him on the spot. Now he's back. Now let's go back to the live desk with Trammell. Trammell, you say that Wall just kind of got on the scoreboard. Kind of tell us a little bit about what's going on there as we kind of get into this to this highlight there.
All right, actually we have a Wall touchdown right here. Let's go ahead and check it out. It's actually a pass play, which is not always common for Wall.
All right, you ready?
Yep. So we got a boot right, a kind of a heave, and a great catch at the end.
Wow. So yeah, very uncharacteristic kind of score for the Hawks there.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic. I mean, the triple option team. And Wall probably throws the ball maybe 8 times a game, maybe 50 times a season. So, I mean, with that kind of offense, it's always kind of wild to see any kind of pass they're throwing up.
Is that to Chase Rios there?
No, that looked like that was to 34, which is I had this roster pulled up.
Trammell's researching.
All right, so but it certainly was. So that now did it make it 21-7 at that point?
Yeah, that and the field goal right here. Let's see if they make it.
Wow.
And it's up. And bad snap, no good. 21-6.
So yeah, so we're working in. Is that the closing moments of the second quarter?
Yep, that is right there.
Wow. So it's man, it's a tough it's a tough game for the not for the Bobcats, but for the Wall Hawks tonight. And I believe this is the season opener for the Midland Christian Mustangs in this one. So of course our peek in to look into some live streams and all of our highlights right now presented by Eggemeyer's General Store, the best little general store in San Angelo, the Concho Valley, and West Texas. So wow, so we're seeing a nice little game out there in the Permian Basin out in Midland. We are going to be peek into a number of other games. Trammell, we saw that there was Trammell's working on Galena Park and Galena Park North Shore and Shadow Creek. Before we kind of go back into that, so let's set the stage here. North Shore, the defending Class 6A Division I state champion from last season, and Alvin Shadow Creek, the defending Class 5A Division I state champion. So it's two state champions.
Houston versus Dallas.
No. Well, no, both of them are Houston area teams. Houston, it's Galena Park and Alvin and Shadow Creek. So what's interesting is about Alvin Shadow Creek. Not only are they a defending state champion, but because of enrollment from this past realignment, they got moved up to Class 6A. So, man, so you're seeing two very good football teams in that area, in the greater Houston area. It's like, you know, those communities, they just blossom. So
what a way to start off the 6A.
I know, yeah, it's what a way to start it off. So, hey, Joe, let's go back to Trammell. Actually, we're peeking in right now with Galena Park, North Shore, and Shadow Creek. Trammell, what are we seeing so far? Give us an update from that game.
Well, right now it's actually 21-14. They actually just took a timeout, so bad time for y'all to check in. But hey, that's okay. We got 21-14. They North Shore actually just scored, but they were unable to get the extra point. So it's been a pretty competitive game so far. It's in the second quarter right now.
21-14. North Shore leading Shadow Creek.
Yep. North Shore's leading the way.
Man, you best believe that is going to be a finish to watch. Already just separated by one possession in the second quarter. Man, the east side of Houston loves Galena Park North Shore. They are back-to-back state champions, and in doing so, beating Duncanville twice to win a state championship. Galena Park is arguably, they are rated as one of the best high school football programs in not only the state of Texas, but in all of America. So that's kind of the game that we'll be peeking in tonight. Trammell, is there a game that you were kind of that was on your radar this week as you were kind of looking into some of these?
You know, I was looking at a couple of these, and probably one of the ones besides this game, of course, that really just jumped out to me was probably the Arlington Martin game. They're actually playing in Cowboy Stadium, so you know, when you play in Cowboy Stadium, you're always thinking, hey, should we be here at the end of the year? And right now there were so many games this opening weekend that were getting played there. It was them. Who else played there? Longview played there.
Right.
So it's those teams right there. Are we going to end up being there at the end of the year? And right now is a great way to get our first win.
Right. And give us, and so Arlington Martin, I believe they were playing Denton Ryan tonight.
Yeah. Arlington Martin. Stadium? Yeah, Arlington Martin's playing Denton Ryan, and then Longview is going to play Temple. The Denton Ryan game was actually at 4 o'clock, so we might have a final score for them pretty soon.
Wow.
Yeah, Ryan smoked them when I saw.
So that's it's a clash of course Denton Ryan reaching making their way all the way to the Class 5A Division I state championship last season. So man, good stuff already from the live streams and some of our highlights. We were talking about another game last night, Aledo and Weatherford.
That's actually tomorrow, but gosh, that's gonna be something to watch. You know, it's almost like a college game in its own. in a
Right.
way.
And you know, we've got and you got a chance to see, you know, Weatherford's QB1 last year,
Yes.
who's doing some big things, you know, on Saturdays now.
Yes. You know, Tanner told us he's starting tomorrow for
So
Vanderbilt.
Ken Seals,
Ken Seals is.
the Weatherford QB1 from a year ago, he made his way to Vanderbilt.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about kind of being on the field with him. What I mean, what you saw from certainly that angle there.
Oh yeah, you know, when you look at him, you can just tell he's the perfect build for a quarterback. You know, he's just made to be a quarterback, and just the rocket arm he had, and you know, he even had wheels. He ran all over us a little bit. Of course, we had a couple of strips on him, but you know, definitely a great player. He almost led them back to beat us in our homecoming.
Yeah, and
But
that was a big game
that
because
was a huge game.
you know, sir, I'd kind of previewed that week. And that kind of like, you know, put a little fire into you guys.
Oh, yes, yeah. We hated him that week. Gosh, he just despised of him.
They were talking a little trash. I mean,
Yeah, they said they were going to ruin our homecoming. So, but, you know, in their defense, it was, like 21-7 going into the second half. And then they brought it back, and I think we only won by like seven points maybe.
Wow, yeah. So, yeah, it was a fantastic finish there at San Angelo Stadium between you guys and Weatherford. No longer a district game anymore.
No more.
But yeah, it's Weatherford has now kind of moved on back into more of a traditional Dallas-Fort Worth area district, and the San Angelo Central Bobcats back in the Little Southwest Conference. So we'll kind of peek into a number of other games. And last we checked, just to kind of give you guys an update from San Angelo Stadium, the Lakeview Chiefs leading the Brownfield Cubs 14-6.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, it's a game, you know, that most Lakeview fans feel that they need to win. You know, certainly after starting the season 2-2, then they gotta go on a stretch where they went, you know, they dropped the last two games. You guys kind of, you know, last season it was a seesaw kind of thing. Y'all would win one, you'd lose one, you'd win one. That dynamic, whenever you get, you know, you start seeing things like that happen, or just how to bounce back. What's from a player's perspective?
I mean, you definitely want to win at home, get you motivated, because they have a couple tough games, I believe, coming in ahead of them, and then obviously roll into district play. So, I mean, it's definitely crucial to win these first couple games and start off hot, and on the right hand, get your offense and defense going, and of course special teams. So it's definitely interesting to see what they do.
Absolutely. So. Hey, you know, for the last few weeks, we've had a number of great guests kind of appear. We had Gabriel Lucky and Mason Matthews just a few weeks ago. Last week, we did have Mr. Lil Dog.
Lil Dog.
I'll say his first name. I'll say his actual name, John Karcher.
That's a sin.
Lil Dog John Karcher.
I didn't say it.
But yeah, fantastic guest tonight. We're going to have the Angry Chef himself from the Angry Cactus and Lone Star Cheeseburger. No. He's on time, Joe. He's on time. We'll have Tim Condon on from the Angry Cactus. He's scheduled to be here a little after the 8:30 hour there, so we're still on time with Tim Condon. So, Joe, hey, do we have some scores to pass along?
We do, but we have a new score machine.
Oh, okay.
And my problem is I can't hide this from everyone, so I'm just going to have to admit it.
Okay.
It's a Microsoft computer.
Okay.
And so I have to use Microsoft stuff.
Okay. Well, hey, how about before we go to the scoreboard, we do have an update from Gordonwood Stadium with Matt Trammell with Abilene Wiley in Brownwood. Now, this is a one-time district rivalry game. Of course, the Bulldogs of Wiley now in Class 5A, Brownwood still in Class 4A. Let's go back to Trammell. In Trammell, I know you're peeking in on that game over there. Big things kind of going on in Gordonwood. The Lions truly needing a win in this one.
Is this Brownwood?
This is Brownwood, courtesy of our friends over at KOXE there in Brownwood, Texas at Gordonwood Stadium. Joe, whenever you want to roll that, we'll let Trammell rattle off the highlight. Yeah. All right, Trammell, what do we got here?
All right, we got a bootleg left, and it looks like a quarterback keeper, and is he down on the one? Oh. Is he down at the one? It looks like they're waving him off. Looks like he is down at the one. We got a 3rd down and 1 over here for the Abilene Wiley Bulldogs.
And so right now we're seeing Brownwood leading Wiley in this one?
Yeah, Brownwood's leading Wiley 7-0. Their defense is looking like it's sticking tight right here. They've been in the red zone for a few drives, or not for a few drives, for a few plays, and actually been in here in this 10-yard line all the way down to third down. So let's see what they can do right here. And it looks like a QB sneak. Is he going to get it? Oh, and he reaches over at the last second. Looks like we have one guy calling him down.
It looked like he got in, Trammell.
Oh, it looked like he was there. He got the reach. He reached, right?
No, he didn't.
Oh, I don't know. That Brownwood defense looks like it's sticking tough. 4th down and 1. So we got some substitutions for the Bulldogs, bringing in maybe a heavy set.
It's Brownwood.
Oh, it's third down. Excuse me. Third down. 3rd down and 1. All right, here we go. See if they can't get it in this time. All right, QB takes a snap. Oh, one in motion. And it keeps it. And reaches. Did he get it that time? And he did. He did get it that time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it was the backwards fall that time. I think the first time he leaned forward and his knee hit, but that time he was falling backwards. Kind of got himself in there. Touchdown Bulldogs. We're going to have a tie game here in the second quarter.
I don't think they're calling it a touchdown.
Oh, looks like we're going to go for 2. Nope, we're kicking field goal.
All right, so extra point ensuing in this one. This is the season opener for the Wiley Bulldogs for the kids from the south side of Abilene. Wow, this is, years.
It's good.
And it's good.
Tie ball game.
So, so there we are. 7-7 there at Gordonwood Stadium in Brownwood. Years ago, and when I was a reporter getting my career started in broadcasting for KTAB in Abilene, I would cover that game, and that was the biggest game in the big country when Wiley and Brownwood would get together. Since Brownwood has stayed at Class 4A, of course, Wiley moving up just because so many people just moving into that south side of Wiley. Their enrollment has increased, so they are now having to jump up and play a little bit more competitive schedule in the Class 5A ranks. They haven't been quite as successful as they were in Class 4A because they were just, dump trucking teams, week after week under the Hugh Sandifer era, and now it's becoming just a little bit more challenging. So, hey Joe, it looks like we may have some scores to pass along here. Alrighty, Christian, go ahead and get us rattle off with the scores there.
We got Sonora and El Dorado. Sonora up kind of big right now, 22-7 there in the first quarter over El Dorado. Brooksmith and Blackwell. Blackwell really giving it to Brooksmith right now, 26-0. That's also in the first quarter. Fort Davis and Sanderson. This one's looking to be a close one. Fort Davis only up by 6, 14-8 in quarter 2 over there. Greenwood and Canyon. Wow, Greenwood just getting it handed to them. Canyon up 48-0 on them. Water Valley, Borden County. Borden County. Wow, they're stepping up in this one. 16-0 in quarter 2 over Water Valley in that one. Andrews and Lubbock Estacado. This looked like a tie ball game right now. 14-all there at Andrews. Miles and Cross Plains Bulldogs not looking good for a first start. 14-0 Cross Plains up on them. Robert Lee and Rotan. 27-6 Rotan over Robert Lee. Lakeview and Brownfield, wow, 28-all in that one, quarter 2.
Peek into this game, man.
Well, we will get a highlight of that one. We can't necessarily peek into that one, but we were Brent Blinka is efforting a highlight for that one, so we'll get into that one as soon as we can. But wow, what a game there!
Wow.
Yeah, keep the train there going, Joe.
20-0. We got early over the Great Creek Eagles. Llano and Ballinger. Llano up a little bit, 20-0 over Ballinger. Wichita Falls, Ryder, and Midland. Which Midland?
And just Midland High.
Midland
Just
High.
Midland High.
Wichita Falls taking over in that one, 21-13. Bangs and Hawley. Bangs up 14-0 over Hawley in quarter 2. Comanche and Cisco. Big Damn Lobos down right now, 7-0 in the second quarter. Tascosa and Abilene. We saw this game a little bit earlier. This one's at the half, 20-7. Tascosa up. Ozona and Brady. Brady up 14-0 over Ozona in that one, quarter 2. Post and Slayton, 7-0 Post up right now. That's in quarter 1. Midland Lee and Amarillo High, 30-19 Midland Lee up right now. It's still close over there. Abernathy and Littlefield, Abernathy up 7-0. That's in quarter 2 as well. That one is in Abernathy. Menard and Harper, they're tied up at 7, quarter 1. Bremond and Centerville, this one's tied up at 8.
That's a Class 2A, I believe, Division II game. It's Bremond is down out of the Central Texas area, a very, very good football team. Joe, I can see that you want to share a few words about Bremond here.
Where's my team?
Okay, so
outside the Concho Valley, where's my team?
Well, Joe, we have been just going outside the Concho Valley all night long. The Nevada Community Braves, they are in action tonight. We will get to the score. Grandview, Maypearl, Grandview.
Oh, Nevada Community.
Yes, we do have a fight song that Joe will share with us in a bit. But Grandview, the Zebras, leading 21-7 right now in the second quarter. Pottsboro, Howe. Right now, Pottsboro, the Cardinals leading 21-0. Colorado City and Coleman, 21-0. Blue Cats leading the Wolves in the second quarter. Stanford, Archer City. The Wildcats leading 21-8. Van Horn, Garden City, 20-0. Van Horn leading in that one. Rock Springs and Ira Ann, 8-0 Angoras there in the second quarter. Fredericksburg, Heritage, and Lakey all knotted up at 14 in the second quarter. Junction, Mason, 7-0 Punchers as they are looking for their first win of the season there in the second quarter. Christoval, Goldthwaite, hey, my hometown Cougs, 26-13 leading the Goldthwaite Eagles at the break. Joe, we are getting there, my man. We are getting there. Have a little patience with us. Heiko winners, all Blizzards right now, 22-0. Jacksboro, Wellington, 6-0 in that one there. Wow, what a game. Midland Christian and Wall, well, we saw a little bit of that when we peeked in, 21-6. Mustangs leading the Hawks. New Home, Roscoe, New Home, welcoming the new kids of the block of the 11-man coming from the 6-man ranks. Brownwood right now, this one is all knotted up at 7, moving along. Gilmer, Carthage, wow, Battle of East Texas, a good football game in Class 4A there. Alvin, Shadow Creek, Galena Park, North Shore, we saw that one. It was 21-14 heading into the break of that one. Sweetwater, Clyde, 14-3, Mustangs leading the Bulldogs there in the first quarter. Muleshoe, Seminole, 22-14, the Indians leading the Mules. Calvert and Rankin, no score in that one. Erie County, Cherokee, no score. Wow. We'll look to keep you updated in that one. Erie County, just a very good football team this season. Richland Springs and Fort Worth Covenant Classical. The Coyotes leading that one 24-0. Pilot Point and Peaster. Pilot Point, a potential team that Wall could see down the road. And, of course, another one, Brock and Bowie. No score in that one. Both of those teams, potential teams that the Hawks could see in the playoffs. Slayton and TLCA, no score in the first. Stanton and San Angelo TLCA. Moving along, Paint Rock Zephyr, no score. The kids from the Concho Valley taking on the kids from the Big Country. Very Best Panther Creek, no score in the first quarter. Ira Highland, wow, 8-0 Bulldogs in that one. Jonesboro Milford, 14-8 Jonesboro on top of that one. Westbrook Strawn, no score in the first quarter. Blum, May, 16-0 Tigers leading Blum. Wow, that's a very good football game to say the least. Don't expect some things out of Blum. Forest and Reagan County, no score from the Big Spring area from Big Lake tonight. Colleen Shoemaker, we saw this one in San Angelo Central, 61-35 down in Central Texas last night. We'll roll the highlight coming up later in the show. Arlington Lamar, Euless Trinity. This one, a final from last night. A very, very good football game. The Trojans taking it to, I'm not going to say taking it to, we saw as this one was kind of developing, Christian, last night. Man, taking it to the Vikings last night. Wow, what a finish in that one there.
What was it like going up against that offensive line of Euless Trinity?
Both those teams, it was scary. I mean, obviously I wasn't on the D-line, but just seeing them go at it.
Or even the defensive line. I mean, you see those guys coming at you.
Gosh, the linebackers too.
Is there anything you could do?
No, I mean, they cussed at me because I ran out of bounds one time. I just was not going to get hit, and they called me All kinds of names, to say the least.
Of course, Euless Trinity drawing up. We did a piece on that.
Yeah,
last year.
yeah, that was a lot of fun following them, and kind of seeing how they evolved. That program has certainly evolved into a state powerhouse here in Texas. Other scores: Odessa Permian. This is in Abilene Cooper from last night, 47-35. Mojo taking it to the Cougs of the south, the kids from the south side of Abilene.
I still have a point of order.
What do we got,
We've
Joe?
gone through all these scores.
Hey,
all these scores.
you know, I could have swore I did include that in the scores for this week, Joe. So that may be on Sarah. That may be on Sonia. So we may have to hit Twitter to find that score there, Joe.
Oh no.
Stephenville and Dumas. Man, what a fantastic finish as the Yellow Jackets take it to the state-ranked Demons 46-33. Gorman Gus Steen 62-14 under the Thursday night lights. Happy Sterling City. Wow, the Sterling City Eagles continue to just make their presence felt 50-42 in this one, taking it over Happy.
What are the Happies?
This one, honestly, that one, I do not know what Happy is.
Someone needs to let us know.
So
Happy.
we'll look into that one.
I want to know what the Happy mascot is. I might have a new team.
Wilson and Hermley, no score from Wilson in this one. Anson and Albany, no score from that one there. So Merkel, Kahoma, I believe these are upcoming games. So we, hey, there we are, Joe. Crum, Nevada Community.
Wait, I gotta go back.
Whoa, no score yet. So we'll have to keep Sonia on that particular score.
I can't believe they haven't updated Nevada Community.
Oh.
Everyone out in our listeners want to know how the Nevada Community Braves are faring.
They're the Cowboys. Happy Cowboys.
Happy Cowboys.
All right. The happy high school Cowboys.
All righty. All right, Joe, before we kind of bring on our first guest, we'd like to kind of, we'll take a quick break with our, before we take a break, Trammell, do we have any update from Midland?
Yeah, it's still the same score.
Yeah.
Still the same score, and we're chasing halftimes in these 7:30 games. But over here in Brownwood and Wiley, we're still 7-7. Wiley just got a huge sack on this one. Fumble sack, actually.
Okay.
So. Okay. But the Brownwood did get the ball back, so here we go, 2nd and long. And here we go.
It is caught down the sideline. Touchdown.
There we go. Now we go, boys. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm talking about. And all that for just a dive down the middle. All right, let's see what else we got going on. We got North Shore there at halftime. Friendship there at halftime. Midland Christian and Wall. Oh, looks like Midland Christian just made a play. The way the guy ran off the field. Oh, it looks like they just scored a touchdown. Let's see if we can't get a little action on this one.
All right, so prepare that one, and we'll kind of keep that one here in just a moment. Joey will prepare that. So it was a Midland Christian touchdown. Matt Trammell is efforting how that one kind of came to be. And right now, Wall
They are the number 3 ranked team.
I really didn't see this.
Yeah, Trammell, were you surprised to see this score when you kind of started peeking in on the feed there?
Well, of course, but you know the Christian schools in Wall, they just it's just that's a tough one right
from you
there.
and Joe Hyde.
Yeah, we got to keep going. But hey, you know the Wall offense. It's just when you get behind and you can run the triple option, it's very hard to just get back in the game. Right. But I think we got it going right here.
All
What do we
right.
have going?
Here we go. We might have a touchdown play right here by Midland Christian. Oh man, this camera guy, who is doing this? There we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're going. And quarterback takes a snap, rolls out right, throws it deep right. Oh, and wide open on the fade route, about a 30-yard touchdown. And that's going to bring it up 26-6. Midland Christian just kind of running away with this one with Wall.
Wow. So yeah, that's a very surprising outing there. Surprising score to say the least. We did expect Wall to. I'm not sure if we expected them to dominate in this one, but we did expect them to play very well and certainly perhaps come out with a dub. But man, they're going to have to make some halftime adjustments.
They must have got too comfortable after last week's
And
win.
the kick is up, and it is also good. So actually now it is 27-6. 27-6.
All right, so 27-6 your score right now. Is that one in the second quarter there, Trammell?
Actually in the third. We're actually past half the time here, so they're going to have to get the comeback going.
27-6 there in the third quarter. Joe, before we kind of go to our first guest of the night, if we can, we'll take, before we take our first break, with our preview, our Cover One preview of the week with the future of Texas high school football. As we kind of get you ready for that, this one is more of like the youngins, the little guys who are preparing to kind of play under the Friday night lights. Christian, you played. Did you play flag football here in town?
Yeah, I played a little bit in town. You know, I started as soon as I could in tackle, but yeah, I did play some flag.
Tell me the teams that you were a part of back in the day.
You know, remember I played for the Rec, the Y. I played everywhere. I don't even remember my flag teams that well. I'm not even gonna lie, but you know, I watched my little brother, and you know, you'd be surprised with the little athletes you see out there.
Yeah, they're very impressive, and certainly a lot of these kids, they're gonna feed some of the kids that we captured this week. They're at the Rec, where they're with the Boys and Girls Club of San Angelo. A lot of them will feed into the Central program. There's a few that will sprinkle in into the north side there with the Lakeview Chiefs. So you know, it's always interesting to see where these kids are going to go, because it's like, oh man, what part of town does he live in? You know, when he's good.
Absolutely.
And it's fun to watch with all that. You said your little brother plays. What team does he play on?
The Dragons, I believe, and he has his first tackle game tomorrow. He plays flag and tackle. So 8 a.m.
8 a.m. So he gets an early start with that. Give him a shout out. What's your little brother's name?
Shout out Asher. Love you, Bubs.
He plays for the Dragons there?
Yes.
Right on, right on. So this is his first tackle football game?
First tackle football game.
Wow. Have you had a chance to kind of see him in practice or anything like that?
I've seen one of their practices. You know, it's a little different. You know, they were hesitant at first, and then, you know, once they get going, like they're ruthless out there, man. It's crazy.
Wow. So yeah, it's we'll kind of get you ready for that one there. With that, wow, it's been an exciting show so far. We've peeked into a number of games. We will get to our first guest of the night with Mr. Tim Condon, the angry chef from the Angry Cactus there in downtown. He's waiting in the green room right now. So yeah, so it's been a fun night. We've taken a peek into a lot of different games. We did see that the Wall Hawks are down 27-6. And so we do have one other score to perhaps get into before that. And right now we do have an update from San Angelo Stadium as the Lakeview Chiefs and the Brownfield Cubs. They are tied at 28 heading into the break. Man. All right, let's go back to Trammell. Trammell, tell us or at least tell us, Trammell, what you're seeing. What games?
So for the Wall Hawks, actually, you know, you normally see quarterback Drew Morrison in number 12. But actually, since the end of the first quarter, it looks like Drew's not been playing quarterback.
Wow, is he on defense still? Or?
Yeah, it looks like he's still playing in the game. The last I checked, he's still in the game, but he's not running quarterback. At the end of the first quarter, it looks like they put in number 10, and he's running the helms now. Chase Rios on the left. Oh, and just about a 2-yard gain on that one. That's been kind of common with Wall tonight. It's not been a big gainer night. This Midland Christian team is really good up front and really disciplined enough with that triple option that they're playing really good defense.
You gotta wonder if they'll start going a little more, because, you know, with that triple option, they're definitely running the clock out quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's how they did score that touchdown. So you'd imagine, and then the past couple of games when they do throw this guy in for this, when they throw the twos in, they do seem to throw the ball more anyways with him. Oh, here we go, up the sideline. And down about the 50. That looks like probably a first down now.
I'll figure it out.
So wall down big here, but you never know. Houston guy is always a good coach. He can always come back from anything. But right now they got to start coming back now if they want to do it.
All right, so give us an updated score from Midland, Trammell. What you got?
Right now it's Midland Christian 28, Wall 6. But Wall's on the drive right now, so they're about on the 50-yard line.
All righty, so Joe,
We're working some technical issues.
How far was that, you think?
That was pretty far.
Okay, so
Halftime, and we can go to halftime right here in Brownwood.
all right. Well, before we get to Brownwood, let's. So we do have an updated score from Sonora to pass along right now. 22-20. The Sonora Broncos leading the El Dorado Eagles. The Eagles, man, coming back in this one. John Long's Eagles.
You know, don't count them out. Don't count them out.
It's been 10 plus years since we've seen this game. This is a one-time rivalry game. This is programs that are separated by less than 20 miles, or right around, I think it's right around 20 to 30 miles there, just down the road on Highway 277. So, man, that's a surprising score. It should be in for a good finish. You know, for the Broncos, they have yet to pick up a win this season. So these guys, I'm assuming they're in desperation mode.
Yeah, they definitely need this one for sure.
Yeah, so, all right, so we do have that to go to. We're efforting highlights from that game from Sutton County that we'll get to here in a bit.
You're sighing on them. Are you sighing?
It's been a fun night, to say the least, already.
We always have fun.
Yes, we do. Indeed, we do.
Still don't know what Nevada Community Braves. What are they doing? We don't know.
We can go live right here.
She says she's updated it.
Okay. Well, let's go to Trammell. Let's go back to Trammell and let's see if he can't give us an update on a few others. What's kind of going on in a few of these other games.
You're live, Trammell.
All right. Well, now we're about halftime in some of these 7:30 games, and we're going to start right here in Brownwood and Wiley. We got a field goal right here to attempt to take the lead. It's pretty far, and it's up, and just a little short. But that's a pretty far kick. That was about a 41-yard field goal. Now we go to Friendship at Coronado. Well, it's about the same place. They're both in Lubbock. Friendship and Coronado playing each other. And Coronado's actually up on Friendship 21-7 at halftime. That's a big blowout right there for a little Southwest Conference member right there. Now we got a little North Shore Shadow Creek right here. It looks like Shadow Creek's ball. And, almost a sack. He runs right and throws it. Oh, was that an interception? And that is an interception. Wow, look at that. North Park interception. Terrible cameraman, but hey, look at that. We still got another pick over here. Going back to Abilene High, they're still down 20-7 against the Tascosa Rebels. Oh, gotta love the Rebels, right, Joe?
Go Rebels.
That's right, we got a timeout here. We got a third quarter in that game. Now coming back to Wall, looks like it's going to be Midland Christian ball. It doesn't seem like Wall holds on to the ball much tonight. Time possession is probably leaning towards Midland Christian here. So we got the spread right here, and wide receiver comes motion. Dumps it off to him, and makes a move. Makes one miss, about a 5-yard gain. Back over here at North Shore. Takes the just a comparison on these two games. The speed difference in these two games is outrageous. Get back on the ball in a hurry. Takes the snap. And another handoff inside. This time they make the play. Goes about maybe a yard. We'll check over here back in Wall.
Not much going on in the Wall.
Not much going on in Wall. Let's see. Midland Christian right here looking like they're about to score. They are out in the spread. sends one in motion, comes across behind him. Quarterback keeper, and he going in. Looks like that's a touchdown for the Midland Christian. That's 5. Man, running away with it and not even looking back.
No mercy. Hawks.
Yeah, it looks like they're about to just go ahead and kick the extra point here. Man, Hawks struggling tonight, 34-6 right now, and takes the snap. The kick is up, and looks like we have a false start on the offense. So we're going to back it up a little bit. Maybe we'll all get a break and get a point on their side. After that touchdown, let's just go ahead and go back over here to, well, it looks like everyone's at a break. Here we are, Abilene High and the Tascosa Rebels. Triple option, quarterback keeper, looks for the throw. And, oh, interception! Interception by the Eagles. Wow, they're going to take the ball on their own 25. 14 takes a step back, throws it. And, oh, safety comes over and makes the play. Wow, Eagles take over on their 25-yard line. Maybe going to make a little comeback here. Oh, look at that play. Oh, barely hangs on to
What a
it.
snag.
31 looks pretty happy about it. And the Rebels lead that one 20-7. Back here looks like Friendship's getting ready to go, getting warmed up. Maybe to look a little halftime comeback against the Coronado Mustangs.
Okay, so man, exciting games going on right now. Matt Trammell keeping us updated there at the Cover One live desk. He's peeking into a lot of different games all throughout the state of Texas. Of course, our live feeds and our highlights proudly presented by Eggemeyer's General Store, the best little general store in West Texas. All right, joining us tonight, the Angry Chef.
Arr.
And probably has one of the best mustaches in all of West Texas.
You know, I spend 26 hours a day working on this thing just for you, man.
There we go.
You know, I'm coming up here, got to get it right.
Absolutely. Tim Condon, owner of the Angry Cactus there in downtown San Angelo. Tim, you obviously you're repping the Big Red, the Nebraska gear tonight.
I played my high school football in the Cornhusker State. So,
there we go.
Hey,
so you're not. I mean, but you've seen a little bit what goes on here in the state of Texas. I'm assuming.
Well, Texas definitely is on a high school level. Definitely, I hate to say it, but superior from the high school level.
He hates to say it.
It's a good thing, but I'll tell you right now, Nebraska all the way. But,
Okay.
you know, that's college. You know, we're talking high school.
The good old Cornhusker State there, yeah.
Exactly.
Of course, Hour 1 presented by Little Caesars of San Angelo. Pizza for your hot and ready needs.
Pizza.
Yes. Joe had to chime in with that one there. Take one there. So, Tim, you, man, this has been an interesting time to be alive these days. You know, with all what's going on with COVID-19. How has your restaurant fared during these times?
We've excelled. I mean, it's crazy. I think I was just talking with Zach Marshall literally an hour ago, and we're in the business now of the most creative survive.
Mm-hmm.
And so being an entrepreneur, it's the perfect way to kind of like get active and understand, it's all about trying to think outside the box, do things a little different, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And everything is progressing in a direction of creativity. So the ones that think outside the box, the ones that figure out ways to do things, and the people that get very creative, they're always going to be the ones that survive. So it's kind of like, I say this analogy all the time. It's kind of like putting a football team together, right? I'm 100% serious. You know, you're the head coach. You're trying to figure out ways. You want your marketing team to be on point, you know, running the right routes. Mm-hmm. You want your quarterback, whoever that might be, whether it be management or whether it be your lead cook, to pull the right play together, and then everyone else supports the team, and that's how you get to the end zone. And so 2020 is just another game.
Yeah.
You know, it's just another game.
That's a very good way to put that. I don't think I've heard it in that put into perspective there. So yeah. I know you're a busy guy. You have amazing food. You have an amazing restaurant there in downtown San Angelo. Do you have a chance to maybe follow what goes on in the local teams from time to time, or at least catch a few scores?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm a big football snob in general, but and when I say snob, what I mean is I wish I could still play. But when it comes down to it, high school football, it's the most genuine form of the game.
Absolutely.
I started playing football when I was a peewee. Went to midgets, junior high, played that whole thing, and so and then playing high school football, and really what it is high school is right before you make it, right? You know, it's like everything's right before you make it, and so it's a perfect analogy, really, in a lot of ways of life, because a lot of those guys, they're not going on. So how you play the game and how you kind of look at life in that way. Right? It's a total analogy of who you're going to be in 10 years.
Certainly, yeah.
Who you're going to be in 20 years. And so, the harder you work, the more you put your nose to the grindstone to get it done, the more slobber knocker tackles you can make. I'm sorry. that hit that you want to make, the better you're going to be at your job. You know what I mean? And so and that's really what I use every day in an analogy from a business sense. But it's all a football analogy, right? It's the harder you go, the better you are.
Man,
and so that's really how it works.
Speaking of that, you're getting Matt Trammell just ready to go. He's ready to jump on the 1s and 2s on that point. So you're always a busy guy. You're always kind of putting something together there. The dynamics. Is there anything that maybe you can share? Maybe what you're working on. Anything that we'd be curious about.
You always want to win the game. Can't always tell you the details, right?
Okay.
All we know is there's going to be lots of touchdowns in the future. Okay. Let's put it that way.
Heck yeah. We will be efforting some scores tonight. And are you familiar with some of the mascots around here? That's what we've kind of been asking our guests.
All of the major mascots, but nothing if it's 200 miles away, I might not know. I know Winters has a pretty cool mascot. To be honest with you, in all of West Texas, the tornado thing, or what's Winters?
The blizzard.
The blizzard, yes. But who,
It looks like the the Dairy Queen blizzard. Their mascot. It's
delicious.
It's delicious. Yeah. Trammell, are we seeing anything from Shotwell Stadium there in Abilene that's kind of, or any game that you may be peeking into?
Yeah, they actually just scored, but I think we're going to miss it if we don't hurry up and get there. He just actually hit a long one. It was about a 60-yard touchdown right here. Yeah. See how he's tired right now. Look at him. He's like, man, can I get some water?
All right. So.
Oh, and look at this. JROTC right here doing a little workout. Doing some push-ups for them touchdowns.
All right, so we will go to Matt Trammell here in just a few moments as he gets us caught up from Shotwell Stadium with the Abilene High Eagles and the Amarillo Tascosa Rebels. Trammell, this is kind of an exciting game. Hey, let's go back to that to the game there in Abilene. He is searching for it right now. Trammell, if you can kind of get us caught up on the last touchdown that Abilene High had.
Full screen.
Well, it was just a fade route, on the outside. We don't have the video pulled up right here, but we got the kickoff right after. It was, wide open, totally blown coverage right down the sideline.
So give us an update.
So right now, the Tascosa Rebels got the ball back, and it's 20-14. They actually have the lead right now, but it's not a full possession game. Abilene can still take it with a touchdown. They're going to start the ball on about their 33-yard line.
Alrighty, so 20-14, man, that is still a ball game there. Joe, if you want to come back to us, and we can let Tim talk about some of these scores from around the area. It's we always like our guests to give us the goods on the scores and the mascots.
So give me the first mascot. Where am I looking?
Yeah, so we'll look in this monitor here, and you'll see. And Joe will blow it up in full screen here when we get that going. What position did you play in high school?
So. We did a triple option in high school, so I was a fullback and a linebacker.
Oh, wow.
I love defense better than being a fullback.
I could see that.
Yeah, definitely a linebacker. I was usually outside linebacker. I even play. Actually, I was a pretty quick guy back in the day.
All right.
So I played a little outside linebacker, and we had a rover position that we kind of did as well. So it was kind of everything on the strong side, and we defended
Jamal
about.
Adams right there.
Yeah, we defended against a bunch of different offenses back then, but always that kind of that edge little rush. You had a lot of running teams up in Nebraska, so. Getting somebody that can kind of crack those hips,
Yeah.
That's kind of how I played.
Tell you what, the more
that was a long time ago, though. That's not illegal.
The more you know. We found out Tim Condon, a running back, outside linebacker in his high school football days.
Back in the days.
Before he was a chef. Yeah. Interesting there. Joe, do we have some scores to pass on that we can have Mr. Condon read off for us?
So who do we have?
We do.
Is that Menard, and what's it say below? I can't even read it.
Yeah, he'll get us going in the program monitor there. All right.
All right, and what's that say? Harper?
Menard and Harper.
So, and I don't even know where's Harper out of.
Harper is from the Kerrville Hill Country area.
All right, so they're leading Menard 13, or they're 21, and Menard is 13.
Yeah.
What is that? The second quarter?
Second quarter, yeah. Second quarter.
I know Menard. I go through Menard often. Good
there we
town.
go. Yeah, yeah.
Braymount.
So what's the mascot?
Menard. It's a bulldog, is it not?
The Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets, yes. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I was lying. I didn't know that. I acted like it's like
safe guess. Bulldog, Mustang.
There's a lot of bulldogs around here,
Or Braves.
Braves.
We'll get to Joe's. We'll get to Joe's.
No, I think that's taboo. This is 2020, Joe. 2020.
Oh boy! All right, so Joe's at it again tonight.
So the question is, what's Harper?
Harper, they are the Longhorns.
Longhorns. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
All right, so Joe, keep us going on the scores, and we'll just have Tim just rattle these things off.
You're gonna catch me.
You ready? Here we go.
All right, so Centerville and Braymount, right?
Yeah.
It's tied up. What are the mascots?
16.
I don't know.
I believe the Bremond Tigers. Yeah, they're
all right.
a very good football team. I've covered them for they've been known to make it to the state championship game, and then Centerville. That's a kind of both Central Texas schools from around that area.
The crazy thing about Texas is you have all these different like classes of schools and things.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily
7A.
used to that. Well, we had nothing but 6A schools where like I went, but then there was a couple, and it wasn't 6A back then. We called them just A. But then you had different, classes. So that's Grandview, and that's Maypearl.
Maypearl. So Grandview is kind of out of
Grandview, right?
They are out of, I believe, if you can kind of consider them East Texas, if anything, 49-10.
And is that in the first quarter? Is that what I see?
Looks like at the half.
All right.
Joe will reel off a few scores, and we'll go back to Trammell here in just a few moments.
Oh man, you got all kinds of great North Shore, and then Alvin Shadow Creek.
Wow, that's a game right there. 21-14, battle of two state champions from last year.
Pottsboro and Howe.
45-0 Cardinals leading.
Seems like a slam. Colorado City and Coleman, of course. Coleman, very close.
Mm-hmm. Just down the road from us.
Close enough. Sanford and
Oh, you mean
Archer
close to
City.
us. Wait, back up a second.
20.
You were saying that was close. It's 27-0. That's not close.
Well, I mean,
You're
I'm saying Coleman is close. And
Coleman, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
okay, the reason I know Coleman is because they make great wine up there in Coleman.
Yeah, there we go.
RLB.
Yes.
Fantastic place. I cook there often. I know. I mean, I'm going for Coleman on that one.
I visited there last weekend.
Sanford and
Michelle
Archer
and I
City.
did.
Now that they're winning, you're going to go for Coleman.
Well, you know, I am a bandwagon. I mean, it's the only reason I root for the Cowboys is I'm a bandwagon fan. I'm a Chiefs guy.
Archer City, Stanford, 24-22. The Wildcats leading the Bulldogs in that one there. What do we got here, Condon?
Van Horn and Garden City. Of course, Garden City. Where's Van Horn?
Van Horn is way West Texas.
All right. Looks like Garden City's got it. So well, I mean, I guess closer West Texas. Right?
Yeah.
Big place.
Wait. Garden City doesn't have it. Van Horn can still come back. I mean, there's only 5 points.
A 6-man.
They got it at the half. That's what I'm saying.
Quarter 3. Anyway.
Yeah, there's still some optimism there to come back.
Rock Springs and Irion.
No, it's Ira Ann.
Is it really?
Home of the Braves.
I don't even know what that is. I mean, it looks like a word that I've never seen before. Where's that from? Where's that from?
Ira Ann, that is Ira Ann Sheffield.
What What we are exposing here is Tim Condon is not from here.
Well, I tell you what, Tim is not the only guy that kind
not from here either.
of that's on the struggle bus with some of these teams, because a lot of our guests that have come on the show, they've been like, wow, where are these guys? Who are these mascots? The Ira Ann Braves, Ira Ann Sheffield, they're about 2.5 hours west of us.
If they were winning, I would pay attention.
Sure, certainly. They haven't been a winning team in a while, let's say that.
Fredericksburg and, what's it say, Leakey?
Lakey. Home of the Frio River.
Oh, nice. All right, that's always a nice place. I've been down there many times. Beautiful country.
Yeah, so that was
good offense or what?
Yeah, so that's a 6-man game. And who was it? Rankin last week. They scored the most points in, was it Texas high school football history? It was
almost 100 each.
Yeah, almost 100 each. The most points scored. Yeah, so that's the kind of the guys that are going at it. There was, it was defense was optional last week with Lakey and Rankin. Joe, keep us going here.
Junction and Mason, very good, like very West Texas, very local, right?
Definitely.
Of course, Mason has it.
Mason, West Texas.
Most of the
central to west. I mean, I was shocked at how West Texas makes it to the middle of Texas. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Most people in Texas consider Mason West Texas, West Central Texas. So we're there. Hey,
Cristobal and Goldthwaite.
Goldthwaite? Yeah.
Jesus. These are towns I've never heard of.
Here's an interesting thing about Goldthwaite.
Goldthwaite, yeah.
You will never forget. Goldthwaite has a co-op that runs their when the telephones first came out here, they installed telephone service for all the people who live in Goldthwaite. Well, that co-op is now basically it fuels, or it is the parent of West Central Wireless. So they brought wireless telephones here before anyone else had wireless telephones, because they had that co-op.
Isn't that funny how
back
progression works?
In 1987, Joe.
Yes, 1987.
There we go.
Now you have a little Goldthwaite trivia.
Fun fact.
Remember the Goldthwaite, and then Cristobal, of course, that's land of the many rivers.
Yeah, my hometown, Cristobal. Right now, the Cougs beating up on the Golden Eagles there, 41-13. The Cougs looking for back-to-back wins. Last week, just throttled the Roscoe Plowboys in a game here. Yikes-a-rama! Wow.
This is a surprise, right?
Yeah, very much a surprise. 34-6, Midland Christian leading Wall on this one. This is in the third quarter. Trammell's kind of been looking out for an update in that one there. I'm sure he'll get one for us here in a bit. Joe, keep us rolling there.
Yeah, I got one ready whenever you are with that.
Midland Greenwood and Canyon. Oh, that's a
wow
slobber knocker.
Yeah,
right?
you can pretty much just wave the white flag there. Canyon just kind of handing it to Midland Greenwood. Before we kind of go back to anything else, so yeah, we'll keep you updated on a few more scores. So I'm assuming you do follow you're a high school football guy. Are there teams maybe that you like to follow around here, or that you maybe like to keep up with?
Yeah. No, I'm a big Central and big Lakeview fan.
Okay.
You got to keep it to the San Angelo high schools. I love Wall too. It's the suburban school of San Angelo, Texas. So you got to love that too. But really, what it is who works for me, right? Who do the people that I know? And so, I've got some culinary interns that have been on both teams, and you really want to get involved with the high school programs. And that's really where it all starts. That's the beginning of where football kind of blooms and really happens. So. That's the exciting part.
Yeah, and certainly, every time that you and I have kind of worked together, you do have a kids. It's a melting pot, just the folks from all over the city that you do have helping you there, and always good stuff. Mind you, hour 2 presented by W&W AFCO Steel. Our friends from AFCO Steel, pretty much just building America from places like NRG Stadium in Houston to Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, home of the 49ers. So thanks to our friends at WW AFCO Steel. That one. Joe, you have something to say, sir?
AFCO Steel also built.
Oh, yeah, that stadium down in Central Texas in the Brazos.
Central Texas.
In the Brazos, down on the Brazos.
You mean in the Promised Land?
Oh, yeah. Aggie Land. Is that what they call that there, Joe?
Kyle Field. Built by AFCO Steel.
Yeah, Joe's a proud Aggie. How many Aggies does it take to run the show here, Joe?
I got that answer. A lot of them.
Mess it up.
Trammell, we're efforting a highlight. I know you've been trying to get to this highlight here. Which highlight are we going to get to?
So we actually got a few highlights here. We're actually going to start out in Wall. Well, actually, we're not going to be in Wall. We're actually going to be out in Midland. Here we go. We actually got a touchdown here, but unfortunately, it's not for Wall. We got a QB keeper left and touchdown. That's going to be a touchdown for Midland Christian. It's going to bring the score now to 40-6. That's right, 40-6, unfortunately, for the Hawks. And if you're a Central Bobcats fan, we got some good news for you. Friendship High School is getting the heck beat out of them. It's 21-7 right now, and they're about to score right here. Let's see. Coronado gets the ball. And, oh, look at this. Oh, gets it right down the middle. Sets them up for maybe a nice play right here. Next play.
If you'd like to know why that's good news, Joe, Friendship is in the Little Southwest Conference, the same district as the Central Bobcats.
And Coronado is a smaller school.
Yeah. It's a 5A school. It's a big 5A.
That's what I'm saying. Here we go. And quarterback takes the snap. Just a little out route over here, and look at that. No defense whatsoever. That's looking like a future Central Bobcat touchdown. And Coronado Mustangs lead it 28-7.
I like how you think, Trammell. I like how you think.
So Trammell, this is we'll kind of have you.
Oh, we're going over here to Tascosa, the Rebels. Oh, he breaks out one. He's going. He's at the 10. He's at. It's a touchdown. Tascosa Rebels now lead the Eagles 26-14.
So this is the beauty of a live broadcast, and certainly with having a guy like Matt Trammell.
You're going to have to check this one out. We got a pitch to the right. Just makes everybody miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people miss. And go on. Look at this. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's all everyone. Who's going to tackle the man?
Oh, my goodness. All right, so extra point is ensuing in that one there. So man, what a game! So that makes it.
That's 26-14, and if they go for this one, let's see what they're going to do. Looks like they're actually going to go for it to make sure they get that for sure 2-score lead.
Wow! So the Rebels not holding back on the kids.
Oh, it looks like he's passing it and completely gobbled up in the backfield. Oh, and a nice celebration afterwards.
I tell you, imagine a Matt Trammell calling Sunday NFL football. You know, that would make it just more interesting. He's making our broadcast here with high school football that much more interesting. Hey, Joe, let's go back to Trammell on camera when you can. And let's talk to Trammell because this is his first show with us. This is our newest segment here. It's normally we see him on Trammell Eats, just eating up anything he can across San Angelo. But here he's actually calling Texas high school football. Trammell, give us a little take of what you're getting involved in this week.
Involved in.
There we go. Now we get back to Trammell.
Right. Well, you know, Manny, I've been covering these football games for 2 years. I've been on the field every single night, and I've been seeing all the easy work that y'all are doing, kicking back up here, just relaxing. So I figured, hey, I might as well just come join the party up here. Yeah. No, but this is a better way I like to use my talents instead of waiting to be on the sidelines. Y'all get to hear my beautiful voice all Friday.
Now, Trammell, imagine has there been an opportunity for you to watch a play-by-play guy? Have you looked at anything to maybe get some influence of what's going on tonight?
You look around, there's the greats. There's you see there's the Joe Bucks, as you can say, but there's the best of the best. The Bob Meneries of the world, I can't even think of the word. What's the word?
Inspirational.
Enthusiastic.
There we go. The most enthusiastic color guys you can hear here with a kickoff by the Tascosa Rebels. It's actually an onside, but they don't get it. So you always got to keep it going.
All right, so Trammell, he is our new Cover One.
Straight from the live desk.
Cover One live desk attendant, correspondent, we will call him this week. And certainly moving forward as weeks to come.
Point of order.
Oh boy, Joe Hyde joining us here.
Keep Trammell in the inside. We need to make sure that we announce who the highlight sponsor is for this hour.
Okay, so I believe I already did, Joe.
Oh, you didn't?
Yes.
We have a new one.
Yes, we talked about the WW AFCO Steel whenever I was talking about
but we have another highlight special, not the overall.
Oh, see, that's what you should have just pointed out. So Angelo MRI.
Oh, yeah. Hey, speaking of football, that's the official MRI of the Dallas Cowboys.
Trammell's been watching a few commercials there.
That commercial that lady that shows up there every Sunday.
Easy, Trammell.
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Angelo MRI is the spot.
Oh, Julie Sneers there. Wonderful lady.
Wait.
Absolutely.
What is the tagline for Angelo MRI, Trammell?
We are the official.
No. He's on the
Hi, I'm Clint Raganoff.
No. All right, so there he is. So Matt Trammell, he is a writer for SanAngeloLive.com, a fantastic writer. He is also our Cover One Live desk correspondent. We'll check in with him here in a bit. Tim, your thoughts on the job that Trammell's doing tonight?
Well, from over at the easy desk, it looks pretty easy for what he's doing. But hey, what am I?
So Trammell, for the last few weeks, he's been pretty much efforting highlights, shoots a lot of great video for us, and as you can see, he's working pretty hard right now. Trammell, you are officially on camera. Any thoughts on what you've seen, on some games that you've seen tonight?
I've seen that, speaking of yesterday, even though Mojo got a good win, they didn't look as great as I thought. And I'm seeing the Friendship Tigers not looking as good as I thought. And it's just, even though the Central Bobcats lost yesterday, it's just giving me a little bit of hope that, hey, when district comes around, we look a hell of a lot better than most of these teams do already.
There we go. Yeah. So it's Central's district, it's kind of interesting because it's backloaded, the schedule. Right. So in terms of talent,
they can make their own fate.
They can.
Lee had a close game too, and who are they playing?
Lee is playing Amarillo High.
That game was still close.
Yeah,
I believe it was 30-19. Still.
Wow.
So,
Joe, when you do have a moment, we do have some highlights in from, I believe, Sonora and Lakeview. When you can get to those here in just a bit. But Tim, so the show here, thoughts on the whole, tell me, how does Texas high school football, does it compare to what's in Nebraska?
Well, the state of Texas is so much bigger, so it's like 5 Nebraskas in general, right? But in Nebraska, we have about 10 or 15 teams that are in basically what we call our top division. And so, it's all the Omaha teams, couple Lincoln teams, and then you have Grand Island and I think North Platte, which are on the west side of Nebraska. So the craziest thing that I've always thought about Texas high school football is the distance that they travel to play each other. That's one thing because I think in all 4 years of playing high school football, I only made 4 out of town trips because all of those high schools are all in the same city.
That's interesting.
And so it's kind of a different theory, right? And a different way of looking at it. So, and then the funny thing too is that all the kids on the other team because you grew up playing the peewee and playing the midget and then going to different before junior high, of course. And so you have a better grasp of who you're playing, the people on the other side. We were players, and we did all the things that we did back in the day.
Sure.
And so it was just one of those things where when you were on the team, 10 years ago with somebody, you still have that same relationship.
Yeah,
with them. So it's kind of interesting. Even though you're playing them, a couple years later.
That's a good thing to have. The camaraderie there. You grow up with them and what have you. And the kids in San Angelo, you know, it's a shame that we don't see like the Central versus Lakeview.
Yeah.
Obviously, because of the size of the schools, they'll never play each other. We'll never
Yeah.
see that unless we see some kind of crazy growth spurt on the north side of San Angelo.
Yeah.
But yeah. We still see it in Abilene with the crosstown showdown there between Abilene High and Abilene Cooper, and then in Midland, and of course in Odessa. But yeah, it's fun to see the following there in Nebraska. Is it about the same as Texas high school football?
The enthusiasm is the same, but really what's iconic is the schools in Nebraska are much larger. So like my graduating high school class was 1,200 kids.
Wow.
So like
that's huge.
And we have a bunch of large schools in Omaha and throughout. So the size of the schools are so much different than Texas. I think Texas has it a little more spread out from a geographic perspective. So you know, that's one thing that's majorly different. As far as high school stadiums though, Texas is insane.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, I was just taking a group of friends that came up from Nebraska, and I was like, there's the high school stadium. They're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, our stadium here is pretty nice. So,
yeah.
And it's been there since like the 70s, so it's pretty incredible to see such a large stadium and such a beautiful stadium, the way that it's designed and everything.
The horseshoe, you don't see it. You don't see the architecture of like that too much anymore. You know, now we see the high school stadiums. They look like college football stadiums. You know, and certainly if you go into the North Texas area and the Greater Houston area, McKinney ISD, man, I mean we're talking, I mean multi-million-dollar. I mean just gobs of money that are just thrown at high school football stadiums.
And football's important. I think it not only from a professional perspective, but from a life-giving perspective. I mean, most of the kids that come out of the programs in high school and stuff, you know, those are life lessons. The way you act, the way you live your life, the decisions that you make when you're outside of high school, you know, when you're 20s and when you're in your 30s, you know, a lot of the things that I do just to this day are based on the way that I worked in high school.
Oh,
you know, kind of the grit
Absolutely.
that you have, you know, kind of the hustle and bustle that you really feel. And so I use those parallels a lot in everyday life, and I think that's
Those
kind of
are
a bigger
metaphors,
thing.
not parallels.
Metaphors, parallels, verticals, whatever you want to call them. Horizontals.
Joe, do we have? I know we've talked about maybe going to our story tonight, our COVER1 preview with the future stars of the Friday Night Lights. Any luck on having that on here in just a bit?
There could be some luck on it.
Okay. Well, hey, before we go to that, we'll take a break. But before we go to that, I believe Trammell does have a game he'd like to share with us. Trammell.
All right, now we're back here with the state championship versus state championship game. We got
I don't think he got it. Got good penetration again. There was, but here we go. Look, fourth and less than.
See you later. No freaking way anyone's gonna catch me. And they actually that doesn't even the game, but it makes it 28-21 after that touchdown.
Wow. So is that in favor of North Shore?
The North Shore's winning that one.
Wow. 28-21. North Shore ahead that one.
Come back to and they're still having a hard time against these Mustangs. Look at that, pretty much same out that we saw last touchdown. They ran it again, and still no stop for that one. They're going to go on to lead this one 42-7. I'll watch it again.
Kicking it old school there with the Friendship Tigers. Yeah.
Hey, sick 'em cats, and we ain't talking Tigers. Over here, we got Abilene High. They're still against the Tascosa Rebels. The Rebels look like they're holding on to this one in the fourth quarter.
Okay, all right. So a few game updates there with Matt Trammell there at the live desk. Some very exciting football. Trammell, what was the updated score from the Greater Houston area with North Shore and Alvin Shadow Creek?
That score actually is just updated past that. It's 31-21 now after North Shore just hit a long field goal.
Wow, so 31-21. Tim, let me kind of brief you on those two teams. So Galena Park North Shore they are the back-to-back state champions of Class 6A Division I. It's the biggest classification in Texas.
Yeah, I watched it.
So yeah,
I know North Shore.
You're familiar with that. And Alvin Shadow Creek, a state champion, also from they were Class 5A Division I last season, beat Denton Ryan in a fantastic finish as well. They are now in Class 6A, and they're separate divisions, big school and small school, but they're playing tonight, and we're getting a great football game down there in the greater Houston area. So.
I remember that. Was that the game? There was a last-minute touchdown, right?
Yes.
A fantastic catch.
2018. 2018.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
How many years ago was that?
That was just 2 years ago, in 2018.
Nice.
Yeah.
I remember that.
The youngster that caught that ball, I believe he went on to Utah State or somewhere to play in the Mountain West. But yeah, the gobs of talent that's down on both of those teams from Duncanville and Galena Park North Shore. So Matt Trammell will keep us updated on that. In the meantime, we're going to set you up for just a phenomenal story this week that highlights the future stars of the Friday Night Lights here in West Texas, not only in the Concho Valley, but here in the city of San Angelo, and how what goes on Friday nights are influenced by these young people. Joe, take us away.
Right there. Oh, no, hold on. Go. Go, watch it. Run. Good job. Let's go.
Y'all are playing those tails off. I'm proud of you guys. I couldn't ask for anything else, okay? This is way more than we expected on the preseason first game. Y'all are doing an amazing job. Keep playing. We don't stop till we hear the final whistle, okay? Let's keep going. What are we watching, Jordan? What are we pulling? And who are we? That's what I like to hear. Let's go. Everybody played their position the right way, and look what happened. We won. It feels good, don't it?
My name is Joseph Murillo, head coach of the 10U Sonora Flag Football Broncos, and also the 8U Sonora Flag Football Broncos. It's a tough, football community. We love football, we live by football, we play football because that's what we know, you know what I mean? These kids, from when they're small to when they get to the high school level, they're competitive, they love it.
My name is Noah Murillo. I am in 4th grade, and I play for the Sonora Bronco football team. Well, I've been playing for like 5 years. 5 years, and it's been a good 5 years. It's actually really fun to be a Sonora Bronco because we're a little town, but we are good, and it's really good being a Sonora Bronco.
Let's go take care of business. Whether we win or lose, we don't quit till what?
The whistle's blown!
At this level, they need to be able to be coached and understand what it is to be coached. A lot of kids, they get to that level where they're, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. These kids, when they get to a team sport, they understand that it's a team. It takes team effort. It takes, repetitiveness. It takes hard work. It takes, school grades. I mean, even listening at the house, stuff like that.
Great job, love you guys.
Man, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I can't wait till one of these days that I see these kids that I've coached when they're underneath the high school coaches, and I'm in the stands watching them, seeing how much they've grown. That means a lot to me, because that means that we did what we needed to do as coaches, and we helped them out transition to that level. So to me, that means a ton. It means that we helped these kids from when they started, and it's not because of us, but I feel like we had a big part in getting them there to that level once they are under the Friday Night Lights.
Falcons on 3! 1, 2, 3, Falcons!
My name is Michael Behill, and I am the coach for BGCSA Falcons 8, 10, and 12U. Yeah, so the mission statement for the Boys and Girls Club is to enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, responsible citizens. And I think that with me, I implement that through sports.
Is Gio here? Okay, Ahmad, you're gonna take a spot.
Yeah, so, flag, the way I tell my kids, the way I tell my parents is that it's all fundamentals. We're learning how to move in our bodies, catch properly, how to motion, things like that, throw the ball. I know that when you put on pads, it's a little bit different. So at least, they play flag for some years, and then they play a little tackle, as they're older, they can kind of mix the two things together.
Let's go, Christian Carter.
Hi, I'm Christian De La Garza. I'm starting QB for San Angelo's Falcons for flag football. Age group 10U.
Well, I always asked my mom if I could play tackle, but she's always too scared to let me get hit. She's already scared of my brother Kaba getting hit. And so I always wanted to be playing tackle before I was in 7th grade, so I always had a dream to just be the starting quarterback and just throwing it deep bombs.
Hi, my name is Kaba de la Garza. I play wideout at Lee Middle School, but I started out playing for BGCSA Falcons 12U team.
All right, Cam, you're going to come out, and then Zay's going to...
He taught us the fundamentals of football and how to catch a football and how to break down and pull a flag. And that really helps when you're starting off the line when the ball snaps. He also helps my little brother Christian throw the football, how to throw it. It really helps out.
It's fun, and sometimes it gets rough with him. Like he's the quarterback that he's the coach that you want to be with.
Yeah, Christian's definitely something different. I've been blessed to have a few quarterbacks come in during my program. You know, you saw him here, Trey Allen. You know, but Christian's just totally on a different level at that age. You know, to have him almost feels like it's a steal. But you know, with the direction with his parents, you know, a lot of these kids out here are pretty good. You know, and sometimes, you know, they don't have that person, and I feel like, you know, we can get a hold of these kids and come to a program like that, then, you know, we can produce kids out here that are, you know, able to perform at that level.
Daylon Green. He was me and Christian's #1 pure person to look up to. And we try to watch Central's games as much as we can, and if we're busy, we're either on the football field or practicing.
I have a tough time with self-credit. I always feel like everything I do comes from the heart. So I don't see it, or, you know, it's not for recognition, although I hear a lot of people tell me. But one of the sweetest things is having to be able to see those kids once they're out of your program. You know, sit there in the stands or bleachers, wherever you're at, and they don't know you're there, but seeing how, you know, that a little bit of what you've contributed, which are your time, your money, you know, is a factor into what they love and do.
Tell me one day, what would it mean to play for the Central Bobcats at Big St. Angelo State?
I would be surprised because I always wanted to be a quarterback for the Central Bobcats.
Man, just a wonderful piece that kind of just showcases football from the kids from outside of San Angelo to the kids here in San Angelo. Man, thank you guys to the many that allowed me to kind of hang out with your programs this week. Always good to see how the future is going to impact, you know, the programs of Central, Lakeview, and certainly programs like Sonora and all these other kids. So good stuff. We do have an update to kind of give you with a score update. Right now, I'll let Tim Condon do the honors. This is Lakeview, that is Brownfield.
All right, Lakeview's ahead, 35-34. And there's 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah. So
plenty of time to juice that a little and get it.
Yeah.
Get it a little.
You heard it first from the angry chef himself, from the Angry Cactus, Tim Condon. 35-34, Lakeview leading in that one. Joe, so we are going to go back to Matt Trammell. Let's go back to him. He does have the last touchdown from Midland Christian in Wall, which is kind of just one of these moments here tonight that's like we're kind of beside ourselves. Wouldn't you say that, Trammell?
Yeah, you didn't really see this coming into a Wall game. You never see them ever getting blown out with the defenses they have, but this was actually the last score of the night. Let's go ahead and watch it right here. So it's just a quarterback keeper left.
Not that one. We're looking at another game. We'll get to that game here in a bit.
Is this the wrong game?
That is the wrong game. So
Yeah, you can go to the live desk.
You'll have to switch it on the switcher, Joe.
Oh, my goodness.
Technical difficulties, folks, but that's okay. We're going to talk it out.
Allow me.
It's my fault.
We got Wallhawks game that didn't really turn out like most Wallhawks games do. But that's okay. You know, this is not a team that they're going to be seeing in the playoffs, and certainly they're not going to be seeing any of these TAPS teams that they keep losing to. They might see some of these teams that throw the ball like this, but, you know, it's good to get these games out of the way.
So, Trammell, show us that last touchdown, if you will.
There we go. This is actually the play before. They're going to actually get beat deep on this one. Oh, nope. Just kidding. This is actually another play right before. But see, look at that. There's a missed tackle. We're coming up to make a play.
Now, you did say that we're seeing
we don't see Drew Morrison on the field.
No, and you're not seeing him on defense either. Usually he plays that middle linebacker spot. I'm not aware right now if he's been injured or what's really going on with him. Well, they did have to put in the backup quarterback earlier tonight.
Wow, so Drew Morrison, he is kind of the anchor of that Wallhawks team.
Regardless if it's on offense or defense, he plays both ways. We do see that in small school football, but certainly whenever you're kind of on, you know, a really good team, you don't see that a whole lot. And this is Midland Christian kind of getting set up on this.
And throws the deep ball. Here's the deep ball we're talking about. And he does come up with it. I know you can't really see it in the camera, but it does actually go up to about the 1 yard line. And just missed the touchdown on that one. And that's just another play right there with just Walls getting beat deep. So secondary's maybe not used to running the pass defense, or I'm not sure what's going on, but hey man, those private schools have a lot bigger advantage when they can recruit.
Yeah, most certainly. This is the play that kind of that was the play that set up that's going to set things up here, and this is a very shocking score to say the least here, Trammell.
Yep, takes the ball, quarterback keeper, goes left, right in there, right where Wall wants them to do. And does it anyways, gets the touchdown, and this is actually going to end the game for the Hawks. Not this play, but the final score of this was 40-6.
Wow. So a shocking score. If in doubt, Drew Morrison, if he did happen to have to leave the game, man, our thoughts and prayers are with him. Drew Morrison, such a fantastic football player, whether it's at middle linebacker or at QB1. The kid's just a gamer. Of course, our highlights and our live streams this hour presented by Angelo MRI. Of course, this hour of coverage presented by W&W AFCO Steel. So, Tim, you may not watch what's going on every Friday, but I know you hear a lot about with the Wallhawks. Is that shocking to see?
Yeah, you know, that's a little crazy, but you know, there's always that team that kind of comes in and it's just the wrong wash, right? Mm-hmm. You know, your defense isn't set up for their offense. Your offense might be having a bad day, right? You know, or something like that. And then of course injuries are a huge thing in high school football. If you got a guy playing quarterback and middle linebacker, obviously he's going to be the athlete from the of the team that year. So you know, if something goes down that, you know, dramatically, then you know, unfortunately, the whole team's not there all.
Right, he's having a quarterback, you know, both ends of the from both ends of that there on the field. Joe, we're efforting El Dorado, Sonora. Which highlight is this, if you will, if you can let me know on that one? So we're getting that one, the first one. Okay. Let's see. 55, 810. Okay. All right. If you want to roll the tape on that one there.
We're going to roll it. You ready?
One second. All right. So, yeah, go ahead and roll that there. All right. So, a fumble that's forced by the Broncos. They do recover, and then look at here. We're going to see the Bronco Nation get on the board first. 52 yards. Look at Gutierrez go. G to the O and E gone. Nobody's getting them there. Then, how about this? Covarrubias to Kimball. Yeah, they know what they're doing there with that spread offense down in Schleicher County. Man, big things going on in there. That is first highlight. We'll keep those highlights coming from Sutton County. Do we have a score? If we have a score update, we'll pass that along to you from that game this evening. I know it's been a very good one. Right now, 36-23, Sonora leading El Dorado. A little thing about El Dorado, they've kind of taken a few lumps, not as many lumps as Sonora has this season. Sonora, they've been looking for their first win heading into this season. So yeah, they might be on track to get win number 1 so far.
It's a big milestone.
Lakeview's coming up next.
Lakeview, all right. What highlight do you have from that one there, Joe?
The first half.
First half highlights. All right. All right. So before we get to that, so tell me what did your high school back in Nebraska? Did y'all make any deep playoff runs while you were in school?
What's funny is my year was the last year that they didn't win a state championship. So like we never won a state championship. I graduated. The next year I think they ran like 3 or 4 state championships.
Wow.
Right after LA.
What high school?
And all the kids that were younger than me got to raise that trophy, and
man.
All us seniors.
What was your high school back in Nebraska?
Miller North High School, Miller North Mustangs.
Miller North Mustangs.
Yeah.
All righty. So
yep,
repping
Miller North.
Repping the North.
No, we're Mustangs.
Hey, before we get into the highlight and hear more from Tim Condon in his high school days, if you do have a chance, check out Joe Hyde's piece on Lee Middle School. It's always for a good read. He'll enlighten the heck out of you, that's for sure. But we do have a highlight from San Angelo Stadium with the Lakeview Chiefs and the Brownfield Cubs. Joe, whenever you're ready to take this one here. All right, for the early goings of.
Oh no!
Uh-oh. Okay.
We had a finger malfunction.
Yeah, so it's always a fun moment.
So what Manny did was he gave me this Windows machine. Now, I've never touched a Windows machine like in 15 years. So all the buttons are twisted around. All right.
But your computer still operates the Sling Studio. Okay, nonetheless, we're going to get past that. We'll move on here. All right, so the Lakeview Chiefs hosting the Brownfield Cubs. And I tell you, this is the makings of just one epic finish, which is the way it's shaping up to be. There we are. The Lakeview Chiefs looking to bounce back, to get back in the win column. There he is, Albert Rodriguez, the QB1, and flashing probably one of the best mullets in West Texas. Rodriguez to Brandon Herrera. Yeah, he's taking it in. My man, woo, gone. Following that PAT, 7-0 kids from the north side. Next, Brownfield QB1, Nicky Vela to Pete Maraquin. Yeah. That's good there. Then followed up by a quarterback keeper taking it in for the touchdown. All knotted it up at 7 with about 2 left in the first quarter. Next up, here we are. Albert Rodriguez, the QB1, making his way up the gut. 5-yard touchdown, and this game's all tied up at 14. Then Vela hands it off to Neil Hyde III for an approximate 50-yard touchdown. All knotted up at 28 at the half. Right now, 35-34. Last we heard from San Angelo Stadium with under 4 minutes left in that one. Lakeview, the kids from the north side, just doing some big things there at San Angelo Stadium. So man, congrats to them as they're.
I'm doing some big things with this console.
There we are. So
there we go. You're back.
Woo, man! All right. If you want to drop a grade on how you feel Joe Hyde is doing tonight, we'll gladly accept those in the comments. But yeah, no, Joe's, you're doing a fantastic job. It's always to run the 1s and 2s on that. That's an animal
I have
itself.
a suggestion. You need a camera focused on that desk. Why he's not the guy behind the shadows. He's the guy.
We do need a camera and a microphone on Joe. That's probably what we're going to have to effort here in the next few weeks. Trammell, do we have? Are we looking at any more updates from what you can see?
Oh yeah, we got some games.
We got some games. Trammell, bonk bonk.
Dun, we got some games. Eagles and the Rebels. Rebels leading by 6. They look like they're about to score again. And if the Rebels do, there's only 2 minutes left. That's probably going to be it for the Eagles. Right here, we got a Friendship. We got Friendship Tigers.
We're still on you, Trammell. We'll get to the game here. Kind of take us.
Joe's totally
Whoa,
Well, I was
whoa.
going to totally screw things up. We actually got the games going. Going back to Abilene, we got a pretty good game going out there. It's a 6-point game, and really, it's anyone's ball game still.
All right, before you switch over back to Friendship and Lubbock Coronado, kind of give us an update there from Shotwell Stadium.
So Tascosa right now, they drove the ball. There's only 2 minutes left. They're wasting as much clock as they can, and the Eagles, they're calling timeouts. If they can get a stop right here, it's 3rd down and 1. So if they can get a stop right here, we might actually have a game. But you know,
Can you
if the
go
Rebels
full
get
screen?
this, yeah, I am full screen. Okay, here we go. Full screen.
Thank you.
All right.
It's just a good old time here at SanAngeloLive.com.
And it's the Rebels' ball, 3rd and 1. If they get this, that's probably it. Quarterback keeper, and it looks like they do get it.
Oh.
Either that or maybe just short. I don't know. It's looking close. It's going to depend on the spot.
Man, you think they're going to roll out the chain gang for this one, or did they get it?
I think so. We got a lot of Eagles with their fists up, saying it's 4th down. Let's see what they're going to say. And the White Hat's saying it's 4th down.
Oh, okay.
Wow. 4th and 1.
Okay, Trammell, let me ask you this. Do you think the Rebels be rolling 7s here?
Dude, we got to roll the 7s. I mean, that's a pretty far. I mean, right there, that's what? That's a 26-yard. So that's probably a 36-yard field goal.
Where are they at? What
They're
yard
at the
line there?
26,
They're
so
26, so let's tack on 17.
Yeah.
About a 43-yard field goal there?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have to go for it. And
Wow.
With the triple option, I mean, it's kind of hard not to get an inch, right?
Yeah, no,
But
I
hey,
mean,
look, they're blitzing right there. Right
they
in the
are
middle, and quarterback sneak. Oh, good by a mile. He got 4 yards on it.
look at that.
Oh, he got up talking that noise. Talking that noise.
The double arms there for the first down.
That's right. And the chains are moving. We'll come back here, but first we're going to go to Friendship. And look, we got the coach. He's yelling at him. Like,
All right.
Hey guys, let's get our heads in the game.
Okay, so before we go back to, we'll let Trammell kind of get things set up there. So looks like Amarillo Tascosa is on their way to a win there at Shotwell Stadium. Christian, you've played there. You've had the opportunity to play, at one of the most historic stadiums in Texas. Give us the feel there and how hard it is to kind of take on the Eagles there at Shotwell.
Yeah, it's definitely a very historical stadium, nice stadium at that, and it's always great, phenomenal athletes there. I know they had a running back go pretty far in college, didn't they? I remember his name, but
Herschel Sims. Herschel Sims, yeah.
Tascosa always has some dogs over there, and it's interesting seeing Abilene kept up with them in a way, and they dropped to 0-1 as well as Central.
And Tascosa just a few years ago, I mean, they were in the state semifinals. They beat a very good, it's leaving me here, Haltom City, I believe, in the regional final. They played in a snowy game up in Lubbock, and it was a weird thing. It happened on a Saturday afternoon, but they ended up kind of going through. They came up against a very good Longview team that kind of just ended their season. But I tell you what, Amarillo Tascosa, they just keep on coming there. Trammell, do we have another update from the Panhandle?
Snow, we got I was going to say the white team out there, the team in white out there. We got the Tigers, and they're taking on the Mustangs. They've been losing this one, but hey, look, it looks like we got a screen pass. And, make a couple miss, go down the sideline, break one, going, and...
Is he going?
He is... Get off me,
boy.
All right, that's actually going to bring this one to 42-14. Doesn't look like the Cats can come back, but hey, you know what? At least that was a...
Let's stay with that replay. Can we see the replay here?
Yep. So it shakes 1, 2, 3. There's 3 gone. There's another one. Get off me. This guy...
Get off me.
he's gonna make the play. Wraps up. Hey, coach, I wrapped up. Doesn't matter if you didn't hit the weight room. Get off me. Right there.
The commentary from Matt Trammell is absolutely priceless tonight. Yeah, good stuff.
Give him a microphone.
We can. So what does that make the score there? What is
42-14, the Mustangs, the smaller division schools, beating the Central rival there.
So
What are
40.
the two teams again?
The Coronado Mustangs and the Friendship Tigers.
So Lubbock.
The battle
for Lubbock.
Battle of the Panhandle.
Schools, but that's 2 of them right there.
Alrighty,
Now
so
we go over here and
we do have. Okay, so Trammell does have one more to go to with Brownwood and Abilene Wiley. Man, a very good football game there. It's all knotted up at 7. Trammell, Let's go back to Trammell in the live desk there.
You got to scream, Trammell.
All right, we're back to the live desk. The Wiley Bulldogs and the Brownwood Lions, they're going off on each other right now, 7-7. But hey, check out this one. Oh, did he know he was going to snap it? Didn't really matter. Make a play, big boy. Oh, keep going and not even going to. Oh, still got the tackle, but still got the touchdown. That's going to bring this one to 14-7. Wiley takes the lead.
Wow, so an interesting game there at the historic Gordon Woods Stadium. Wow. Wiley, they're the bigger school in the classification. Trammell, do you think Brownwood has any comeback left in them?
Well, you never know. It's still the third quarter, so there's still a lot of time left. As a Loveland Lobo, I had to play the Wiley Bulldogs twice in my career in the playoffs. They beat us by 60 both times. So I know that the Bulldogs can be pretty tough. It's all it's going to take is just some legendary comeback, and that's what Brownwood's all about, right?
There we go. Yeah, so there's that. So, man, an interesting game. A lot of interesting games going on right now. Hopefully, Trammell will have a North Shore Shadow Creek update here in just a bit. We'll get to that one in a little bit. Set us up for that one, Trammell. Joe, if we can get to the scores, we'll let Christian and Tim rattle off some of these scores for us. Yeah, Joe's trying to put himself on the broadcast here.
I am. All right, well, will y'all start talking about the score? Condon, did you read that?
Hey,
come on, are you kidding me?
Football right there.
Yeah.
Abernathy and Littlefield. All right, Abernathy up 20-6. Littlefield.
And we're gonna refresh it. There we go. Great Creek. The Creek.
Oh man, they're getting slobber knocked.
Yeah, 33-0.
Don't say that about the Creek. You're going to get them all mad at you. They're just getting outscored.
Mm-hmm.
By 33 points.
They're not losing.
We'll call it that. They're just getting just a little outscored tonight.
So is Ballinger.
Whoa, that's a shocking score because Christian, we've seen Ballinger just wreck shop for the last 4 weeks. The Lilano Yellow Jackets taking it to the Bearcats. Wow.
Bangs and Hawley. Bangs up 39-7. That one's not pretty for Hawley. That's in quarter 3 at Bangs.
Condon, what's Bangs' mascot?
I'm thinking like hairdresser. Is that insulting?
Bangs?
You know, I'm just thinking like, scissors and combs. I don't know.
The Dragons. So
Dragons.
We're in the vicinity. You know.
Fair enough.
Keep us moving there, Joe.
Comanche and Cisco, 14-7.
14-7. Sweetwater and Clyde, America. The Mustangs leading the Bulldogs, 54-10. Brady, Ozona 20-14.
4-4.
Ooh, that's gonna be a tight finish there.
Down, I believe.
Were they?
Yes.
Okay.
Brady's been doing pretty good.
They've been doing all right. Ozona's kind of.
They had no score at the beginning of this game, and Ozona beat Sonora.
They did.
Right? They did. Remember that?
Yeah, and Sonora's kind of seen some better days since then. So yeah, Ozona, Brady tonight, 20-14. The Lions
Who's going
lead.
to win, Tim? Brady or Ozona?
Well, I'm always an underdog guy, so Brady can pull it out.
And the Brady, they're the.
I'm not sure.
Brady Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Oh, there you go. Another Bulldog team. All right. Post and Slayton. 28-7.
Muleshoe and Seminole. The Muleshoe Mules right now.
What are the Seminoles?
I'm assuming they're Indians.
Hey!
There we go. Hey!
All right.
Back to Abernathy.
Abernathy. What are they? The Wildcats, Trammell?
Nasty, yeah.
There we go. The Wildcats of Abernathy and the Littlefield Wildcats there. Menard Harper, 21-13. Good game down there in the Hill Country. Andrews, Lubbock Estacado. The Mustangs leading the Matadors. Grandview, 56. Maypearl, 13. They're in the fourth. Cruising along, Pottsboro and Howell. Of course, all of our scores presented by Deersky and Deersky Realtors. You need a home, you need to sell your home? Hit up our friends at Deersky and Deersky Realtors. Woo! Tim Condon, read this one here.
Here we go. Lakeview, 49-34 to Brownfield.
That's what we like to see, baby.
Well, we know the Chiefs. Don't get it twisted,
Do you think that's
Joe.
appropriate?
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. All right, Colorado City, Coleman, the Blue Cats leading the Wolves 33-7. Stanford, Archer City 30-24. Alvin, Shadow Creek, Galena Park, North Shore. What a game. The Mustangs leading the Sharks 38-21. Rock Springs, Ira, and Angoras all over the Braves tonight, 46-0. Fredericksburg, Heritage, high-scoring game, 45-43. The Eagles leading Heritage in that one. What else we got, Joe?
We're going back to you.
Coming back to us. All right, so.
The scores are brought to you by.
Of course, our scores brought to you by our proud friends over at Deersky and Deersky Realtors.
And we're looking for a sponsor for Matt Trammell's microphone.
Yeah, Matt Trammell is absolutely just killing it tonight. It's always a pleasure just to enjoy hearing him call the highlight there. Trammell, you do have an update. Joe, Trammell does have an update from the greater Houston area with North Shore and Shadow Creek.
I got some updates. Look at this. So we got a 38.
Hold on the update there.
Some experimental stuff going on.
Well, yeah, Joe's trying to throw us for a loop here.
We're over there looking at Trammell's desk without a microphone.
Okay.
That's fine. You see this nice giant light. It's amazing.
That's right.
So Trammell's doing it. Oh my God! Yeah, the 3-point stance desk.
All right.
Not quite yet. We'll get there in a second when Joe he's playing cameraman at the moment.
There's Trammell's microphoneless desk.
Okay. Well, how about Galena Park, North Shore, and Alvin, Shadow Creek?
They're coming. They're coming.
Hit the full screen on that, Trammell. All right, so we are ready whenever you want to let that one rip there, Trammell.
All right.
And shout, because you don't have a microphone.
All right, so here we go. State championship quarterback right here. Reading the defense, making plays, making moves, and takes a snap. Says, do I want to pass it? Nah, I'm good. I'm just going to take this one all the way in for a touchdown, running over people all the way there. You know this guy's going to be playing on Saturday somewhere. Oh, with the money rock at the end. Go ahead and watch it again.
That is Demetrius Davis there, Matt Trammell.
That's right.
Yeah.
He actually won the state championship last year.
Yeah, he is committed to the University of Auburn, future War Eagle.
Hey, there you go. Following old Cam Newton's look. Oh, did you see the juke they ran into each other?
That's dirty.
Lord.
That's dirty.
Up, and it is.
So what does it make it there from the east side of Houston, Trammell?
That's going to give him 38. I believe 38-21.
Man, what a game. Just a finish there. Plenty of good things going on for the Galena Park North Shore Mustangs, a team that's certainly to be reckoned with. Now, Demetrius Davis here, Tim Condon, this is the kind of guy that we just saw. So we see here he's committed to Auburn. Previously, he was committed to Virginia Tech. We also see commitment or interest from offers from Arizona State, Arkansas, Baylor. Man, Christian.
Must be nice. That mailbox is full of letters on it.
You can imagine what that mailbox looks like. Yeah. Demetrius Davis, he is the kid that just a few years back threw the Hail Mary down in the end zone that beat Duncanville in the final moments of that state championship ball game.
He's the quarterback?
He's the quarterback.
The receiver. Okay,
no, he is the quarterback. And he's
nice.
Man, he's about 5'10", 200 pounds. I mean, he's a good-sized kid. Just a dual threat. When he gets in some space, the last few years that I've seen him, man, he is hard to bring down, but just a true joy to watch, to say the least. So,
well, when you can pass and run,
yeah, it makes it
it's a lot easier to play.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Joe, do we have any? Let me see what we got here. We may have some updates from some other games here tonight. Hey, if you like, we can throw another a. Okay, so we do have an update from San Angelo Stadium right now. 56 Lakeview, Brownfield 40 with 5:41 left in that ball game there. So yeah, we the North, LV tonight looking to get the dub. 56-40 right now, leading in the fourth quarter. So
still got 5 minutes left though.
There's still 2 possession ball game. I mean it might be safe, and the way we're looking there. So. Joe, it looks like you're loading up some scores. We'll take those at any moment that you want to send those over right now. Okay, so final score from Midland tonight, 40-6. The Mustangs handed it to the Wall Hawks. That is something you do not see on a Friday night a whole lot. Pilot Point and Peaster 46-23. Pilot Point is a team that Wall could potentially see down the road in the playoffs, as well as this one. Brock, Bowie.
Mercy.
The Eagles taking it to the Bowie Jackrabbit 72-0 there in the third quarter. Somebody waved a white flag there. TLCA and Stanton. Man, you know, TLCA, I gotta give it. You gotta give them props for at least showing up to the game. I mean, these guys it feels like they take a beating each and every week, but just to show up to continue to play, that's one thing. Ira Highland 70-52 in that one. Of course, all our scores presented by Deersky and Deersky Realtors. Blum, May, battle of two six-man juggernauts there. May, kind of the big one there, 74 points in that one. Fort Davis Sanderson, 62-16. Fort Davis, your winner in that one. What do we got over here? 34-12, Cross Plains over Miles. Early Grape Creek. Man, this one kind of into the fourth quarter. The folks from Grape Creek probably looking for that one to kind of end at any point. Llano and Ballinger, 34-0. Llano on top or leading the Ballinger Bearcats. Bangs, Holly, 39-7. The Dragons on top of the Bearcats there, battle of the Big Country. Comanche and Cisco. Wow, what a game there. Christian, we saw the Cisco Lobos here in the east side of Tom Green County just a few weeks ago. Down against the Comanche Indians. Sweetwater and Clyde in that one. A whole lot of Sweetwater, to say the least. All right, Tim Condon, you've had a chance to see a lot of different football tonight. Thoughts on the show? Thoughts on what the Texas high school football is up to in Week 5?
Well, I mean, the scores are pretty up and down. You know, you got some close games, you got some blowouts, right? You know, and that's just kind of the way it works. But from a production perspective, it's awesome to see San Angelo Live just trying to hash out a new way of media, a new way of doing things live and being progressive in that way. I think that's a real important part to getting our media and getting the people. I called Joe.
Easy with that word with Joe Hyde. I get what you're saying, Tim Condon.
He's not liberal. He's conservative. All right, conservative platform, conservative news network, whatever you want to call it. But just to be able to kind of have fun and get the scores out there and make sure that people understand high school football in Texas and letting everyone watch it and see it. I think it's a very valuable thing because. For a lot of those kids, this is something that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives, and it's documented, through video and through those different things. And so
certainly,
I remember looking back on my high school days and watching I used to have VCRs back then. That's how
oh man,
right?
Put
the tape in, Do
you care to share what year you graduated?
I'm an 03 grad, so
okay.
I graduated 2003.
So I'm 1 year off of you on that one.
There
so
you
I
go.
do the coaches in the film room. They have the controller in one hand, and they're running the heads on there on the VCR.
Yeah, the old school days, So I never thought I'd get there, but hey, I'm old now. Whatever, it's all right.
Yeah. So Tim Condon, Master Chef. That's what we'll call him here. Yeah. Of the Angry Cactus Bar and Grill down in downtown San Angelo. I'm about to say San Antonio. Downtown San Angelo. Good stuff as always. And, of course, you have another spot there, the cheeseburger truck.
Yeah. Championship cheeseburger truck is what we call it, As many burgers as you can scarf down. That's what we do around there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, you guys had a cheeseburger contest last Friday night.
That is a competition in its own realm, we had a professional eater come in from Ontario, Canada, via California.
Get out.
Professional eater Joel Nelson, right? Or Hansen, right?
Hansen.
He's what was it, Joe? 17 burgers in 5 minutes. You should have seen the way this guy dedicated his craft. He understood how to dip the burger in the water and just sit there and crunch it and then squeeze all the water out and then do one of these things and it was a science. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. It's a few videos back from last week on San Angelo Live. A great time, though. We had a good time.
My question to you, could you ever challenge one of these eaters? I mean, some people say, you know, I got this, there's nothing, I can totally take on a professional eater. But that's sport to those guys, too.
Yeah, I mean, what's funny is actually the really quality eaters, they're always very fit. And there's a reason for that, is our stomachs naturally expand. But when you're, you know, a little overweight like me, like don't trust the skinny chef, right? You know, but you know, our stomachs are already stretched out because we eat so much. You know, that's why we're fat. So when you see one of these guys that can eat 17 burgers in 5 minutes, really what it is they just figure out how to get as much food down their throat. And it sounds crazy, but it's true. It's literally technique. It's literally a sprint and not a marathon.
So there's some skill involved.
Yeah, just absolute skill involved. And so that's one thing, after 8 years of doing this, it's one thing that I've really watched, and they train for this stuff. And
it's like Joey Chestnut.
Yeah,
too,
exactly. Like Joey Chestnut,
yes.
You know, some of the famous people. And so they literally train for this craft, and it's cool to see. I mean, and everyone loves watching it. You know, you can't stop. Like, you know, there's material there.
All right, now Christian, from the football perspective in this, now in the last few years we've seen some big old linemen on that central squad there. Who do you think could probably put away? Who's best at putting away some groceries on that team?
You know, of course, Kurt Klausner, shout out. Definitely, you know, I'm sure he can compete. I don't know about compete, but you know, throw down some burgers.
Put away some groceries, yeah.
He's always whipping up in the kitchen too. I know his parents used to own Sunset Grill back when I was here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's always whipping up, always. So, yeah, that's definitely the one I'd call on. Down to it.
Okay, yeah, Kurt Klausner, that's a big boy.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big boy. The Bobcats will certainly miss him this season.
Sure.
Yeah. Joe, so I am receiving word we do have El Dorado Sonora. Second half highlights.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir. The QB1 here. Yeah, just a little Friday night stroll into the end zone. For a Bronco Nation touchdown. Then, looks here, a little magic bean action on the ground. Sonora is going to jump on this one, recovered by Sonora. But then, hey, wait a minute, an interception. There's El Dorado's Hernandez getting in on the action there. So moving around to the other side of the field, Cover1. Yeah, a little toss to number 6, Gonzalez. That's an El Dorado touchdown. And right now, we are seeing, we'll provide an updated score from El Dorado, from Sonora. And just a very close game there in week 5 as Sonora looks for their first win of the season. El Dorado has kind of seen a few of those this season. And let's see, do we have at least an updated score? Right now, 36-30, Sonora leading in the fourth quarter. So we do have James Bellini, our videographer, on the ground there in Sutton County. So I'm assuming he'll probably have just a fantastic finish there. It's probably going to come down to that last possession of the night. But man, what a game so far there in Sutton County. Joe, we did see some action last night from Central Texas with Central and Colleen Shoemaker. If you like, we can run these highlights one more time. We do have an updated Wiley. We have a Wiley touchdown. Okay, so we'll load that one up. But before we go to that, Joe, how about we let Trammell show us what's going on at Gordon Wood for an update there.
And Trammell's got to shout because we don't have any sponsor for his microphone.
Okay, so yeah, Trammell, be sure and shout, my man. We'll let Trammell kind of take it away there. Trammell, this is 14-7 at Gordon Wood Stadium with the Bulldogs leading, but yet they are knocking on the door.
Well, it was 14-7, but as we're about to see, things are about to change. You know, we saw the last touchdown by Wiley, and we asked, will the Lions figure out a way to come back? Well, let's see if they do. Quarterback takes the snap, hands it off, and... Oh, did he fumble it? Oh, but they got on top of it. Let's see what they say. Touchdown anyways. That's going to bring Wiley's score up 21-7.
Hey, and what does the bottom of that screen say? Does that say homecoming queen?
That's right. Angela Romero got homecoming queen. Congratulations, Angela.
Yeah, Angela Romero. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Touchdown Bulldogs. 21-7.
Our live stream footage proudly presented by Angelo MRI and, of course, our good friends at KOXE there in Brownwood. So, yeah, it looks like the Wiley Bulldogs, I'm not going to say they're on their way, but, you know, they're flexing. They're flexing a little bit.
And it is good. 21-7, Abilene Wiley Bulldogs.
All right, so good stuff there. Thank you, Matt Trammell from the live desk.
Speaking of Abilene, I can finish this guy up.
Oh, so we do have the final moments of from Shotwell Stadium?
Yeah, we do have the final moments of Shotwell Stadium with the Tascosa Rebels took on the Abilene High Eagles.
All right.
And this was about it right here.
All right, it's the formation.
You gotta play it.
It's the looks
Oh, that's just as good as a knee, right? Sit down on your butt and go home.
The formation everyone loves, unfortunately not that end of it.
All right, but that's it though. The Rebels are going to take this one 26-20.
I've never seen that. Does anyone do that? Why?
That's a little different.
Let's watch it again, Trammell.
That's the play of the week, I think.
Yeah, that's probably the most
Shaqtin'
awkward.
a fool of the week right here.
That's the most awkward.
All right, we're going to run it back.
formation.
We're going to see it. We're going to run it back right here. So last play of the game, most teams are going to take a knee. Let's see what 14 decides to do. He reads the defense, takes the snap, and that one was a knee.
Okay. Well, maybe it was just a goof.
Maybe it was just a goof.
He was just new boot goofing with us.
Either way,
I love it.
Tascosa wins 26-20.
All right, Matt Trammell at the Cover One Live desk, keeping us informed all over the state of Texas, my man. Joe, we do have a highlight from San Angelo Central and Colleen Shoemaker. Let's get to this one here from Central Texas last night. It was week one for the Central Bobcats. In the Colleen Shoemaker Grey Wolves. There we go. Season opener for the kids in Angry Orange. Two familiar faces in Colleen on Thursday night. You're going to see them right. You see them right here, especially one in our very own Christian Gabaldon, along with Tanner Dabbert. Yeah, these two guys standouts from a year ago. Christian, imagine it was good to see those guys, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yes, it was.
Yeah, certainly all eyes on the senior QB1 Malachi Brown, now a third-year starter. Taking on the team in the track team in pads, that is the Colleen Shoemaker Grey Wolves. Opening drive of the game for the Grey Wolves. Shoemaker facing 3rd and 9. The Cats getting to the QB1 here. Not a bad way to start things off, right, Christian?
Not at all.
Man, it was Montavious Dobbins there getting in on the action.
Yes,
Then
he had a few plays like that.
Yeah, Ashton Hartsfield, just a bulldozer of a guy. Yeah, he's picking up the first down. A few plays later, the Angry Orange get on the board first. Darius Floyd in for the 2-yard touchdown, 7-0 San Angelo. Next Shoemaker possession, the Cats defense putting the hashtag eat to work. Bryson McNutt forcing the fumble, but it's Kyson Snelson. Christian, walk me through what was going through there.
I mean, you just can tell Kyson was feeling himself a little too much. It's a little too early to be
high-stepping into the end zone that ended up coming back, touchdown reversed. It was a touchdown that would come to bite the Bobcats. Following that, Shoemaker, they get in for the touchdown there. Next Shoemaker drive, it's Malachi Brown kind of doing some things there, but it's a fumble. Yeah. Magic Bean hits the
Got it.
All right, so that was the end of the first half, 21-7. Then Malachi Brown coming around the corner. Look at this guy go. He had a few of those big runs, wouldn't you say, Christian?
He did, for sure.
Touchdown, Eagles.
You had your moments out here. Team is just so fast and so athletic.
Yeah. Yeah, they're more athletic than we are, and it shows. Their team speed is, they just have a tremendous amount more than we do, and it shows up on defense. And, I thought our kids in the second half, we got back into it, and then we roughed the punter. So, I don't know. We just made tons of mistakes, and you're not going to beat anybody doing that. It's all, it's the same old stuff. It's penalties and turnovers and special teams. They beat us in every phase of the game, and you're not going to win games like that.
The good thing about it is this is just game one. It's not a district game, obviously, so a lot of time to clean things up and see what your team's capable of doing.
Yeah, we got a lot to clean up. There's no doubt about it. We just have some immature kids that haven't played on this level much, and not immature in the personality, but just in football. They just don't have a lot of varsity experience, and we've just got to play and get better. We've got 2 more games before district. They're both powerhouse teams, and we got to play them on the road. So, like I told our players a while ago, it's not going to get any easier. We got to clean up what we're going to do. What we control, we got to control better, and obviously tonight, not at all.
Platform is going to go away because it's all progressed.
Trammell, you're live now.
All right, that was a good old talk from Coach Brent Davis. May have not been the best talk those Central Bobcats wanted this weekend, but that's all right. There's plenty of teams in the Little Southwest Conference that lost, including Friendship. They lost. There was Central that lost. And what about Midland? Did Midland Lee win tonight?
Midland Lee, we'll get you an update on that one.
All right. Well, in the meantime, though, let's go ahead and go back to Brownwood. They're going to be taking on the Wiley Bulldogs. We just went to this one and saw Wiley score a touchdown, and on the following drive, this happened. Quarterback takes the snap. They're looking to go score in a hurry. Catches the ball, and whoa, what was that? Oh, he got the ball. He's going, and gone. Touchdown. But what happened? Well, let's see if they run the replay. Touchdown Bulldogs. That was nice. So the receiver caught the ball and turned, and the cornerback just basically grabbed it right out of his hands as he was reaching for the out of bounds.
Yeah, that's great awareness by the quarter.
Here, we'll run this back. We'll run this one back. Here we go. So quarterback takes the snap. Finds his wide out on this easy out route, but as he tries to hand it, he hands it off to the cornerback and just takes it all the way.
Pick six?
No.
Or no?
A takeaway.
A takeaway.
As like a steal, I guess, if you're playing basketball. I don't know.
Yes, Tim Condon would say, "Keep the bread in the basket."
Keep the bread in the
Was that a handoff or a takeaway?
So this is
like handoff to me from here.
Yeah, it was like they were running reverse and they forgot that was the defense. Either way, Wiley's going to end up getting this one 28-7 late in the fourth quarter.
Wow. Trammell, if you can,
let's come back to the desk here and we'll rearrange things with Trammell. I'd like to see if we can't pick up a feed from Midland with Midland Lee and Amarillo High. Right now, the Rebels leading the Sandies 54-40 there in the fourth quarter at Grande Communications Stadium.
Close one.
Man, so just a very close football game. An update to pass along to you. The Lakeview Chiefs, this game is officially final. Tim Condon, I will allow you to do the honors.
Lakeview took it 63-40, right?
Wow.
Woo! So
A lot of touchdowns.
the kids from the north side getting back in the win column as they take down the Brownfield Cubs 63-40.
68 points in the game. Those guys never quit.
Not, they do not. Right now, also another game, another update to pass along to you. All tied up at 36 between Sonora and El Dorado. James Bellini, the guy, our videographer on the ground there in Sutton County. Imagine he's going to have just a fantastic highlight. We will get you that here in just a bit as the night progresses. So, yeah, Tim Condon, we've seen some good stuff here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, in that game, 36-36, less than 2 minutes left, so you can't ask for anything closer.
What's unique about Sonora is they're kind of a wing T, somewhat triple option kind of team. So for them to have that many points on the scoreboard, that's a little surprising unto its own.
You don't see that style of offense very often.
No.
Like throw those three guys back there and go left or right. Which, what kind of pitch are you going to give them?
Exactly. It's old school, man. You just don't see that a whole lot. We see Wall with their wing or their flex bone that's kind of very similar to that. So big things happening down in Sonora, Texas tonight. Imagine the folks down in Sutton County just crossing their fingers, hoping the Broncos can pull one through in that one. Matt Trammell is efforting a highlight tonight from Midland ISD, Grande Communications Stadium, because right now the Rebels are leading the Sandies. We'll get you back to an updated score in that one. It was 56-40, I believe. Lee leading Amarillo High. So, the Little Southwest Conference has kind of been doing well so far tonight. I think the only kind of, I guess if you can say it, black eye was Central and Midland that kind of just dropped some decisions tonight. But
look at how hard Trammell's working.
Trammell was saying, we had it cake, but he's the guy that's putting in the.
I'm sweating.
Look at him efforting what he's got going on there. So yeah. Hey Joe, we do have. Why don't we show the folks highlights from Ratliff Stadium last night as Trammell gets us ready to go out to Grande Communications Stadium. Odessa Permian, Abilene Cooper. Tim, I imagine as a transplant, transplant to Texas, you've heard about Odessa Permian.
Yeah. Everybody knows. There's a lot of West Texas teams that kind of get out there, and they're definitely one of those.
They're definitely one of those. Yeah. So all right. So as it's a perfect time to segue into that as we take you back to the Thursday night lights. Cooper to the historic Ratliff Stadium. Yeah, two one-time Little Southwest Conference rivals, Odessa Permian hosting Abilene Cooper. Mojo on the field there. Opening drive of the game for the Cougars, Aiden Thompson getting it going for the kids from the south side of Abilene, hooking up with Brian Spotwood. Spot on for the 62-yard touchdown, and it's 7-0 Abilene Cooper. Next drive for the Cougars, Thompson back to work and making it look way too easy. This time finding Alejandro Martinez for the 84-yard touchdown, and watch out! It's 14-0 Cooper. Look at that kid go down the sideline, G to the O-N-E, gone. But here comes Mojo Permian getting on the board here, courtesy of Tristan Johnson for the 1-yard touchdown to make it 14-6 Cooper. Check out the replay, just plunging in. Second quarter now, Cooper with the rock after watching Permian score 20 unanswered points. Well, better make it 27. Bryce Woody yelling, Oski coming up with a pick six, 31 yards to the house. But the woes wasn't in there for the Cougars. Ball goes over the head of Thompson. Amarian Garrett there to scoop it up. En route to the 60-yard touchdown, his second defensive touchdown of the night. Man, the kid's still going. But the Cougs not waving the white flag. Under 2 to go in the half. Noah Garcia with the 31-yard touchdown run to keep this one honest. Yeah, and there are 30 ticks left in the half now. Here comes Mojo. Harper Terry rocking that 20 just like Mike Winchell used to back in the 80s. Good for the 30-yard touchdown run. Permian up 41-21 at the break. In the end, it was all Mojo as they flexed in this one after giving up 14 early points in the first quarter. 254 passing yards, 111 yards on the ground as they take the dub, 47-35. Up next for Mojo, Amarillo Tascosa on October 9th in Canyon at WT's new stadium there. So, Christian, seeing that Permian score, seeing the highlight, what do you make of Mojo after that one?
Obviously, solid team. Started off a little rough with Cooper, but Cooper has a solid quarterback who can launch it. You know what? I think Central could definitely keep up, and it's going to be a game to watch whenever those two are headed against each other in that week. But, you know, nothing too amazing that stood out from Permian.
I would agree. I would say that, yeah.
You know, so, but obviously they had their fight in them to come back from down 14. So.
Yeah, you best believe that game on October 9th against Tascosa, it's going to be a really good, a solid test for them. Certainly what they were able to do to Abilene High tonight to the Warbirds. So good stuff there. Matt Trammell is efforting something for us.
It's done.
Okay.
It's really slow.
I think it's done. Brownwood's done. Gilmer's done. This one might be done.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of these games are kind of wrapping up as we speak. Woo! Wait a minute. We got an update from Sonora.
Overtime.
Overtime. Extra football for the folks down in Sutton County.
Where's Bellini's film?
Yeah, we'll have to ask Bellini. Do we have any video?
Well, we got video from it, and we're gonna be the only place that you can get it. The only
Exclusive.
Place. Is that right?
Yeah.
No one else is gonna have this video.
No, heck no. Yeah, the folks from TV Land, they're probably just getting ready to go on TV right now, and they have highlights from like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. We're giving it to you right now as it happens. So, yeah, we are the NFL red zone of Texas high school football, as we like to say around here. Joe, while we're kind of getting that one together, how about we show the first half highlights from Lakeview in that one there?
We'll work on that one.
Okay, and in fact. Tim Condon, you want to call that highlight? You want to call a highlight tonight?
I can. I've never done it, but let's do it.
Yeah, we'll let Tim. We'll let Timmy Condon call a highlight.
Breaking news.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, hang on. What?
Stop the
Nevada
press.
community. We need an update. Nevada community. Trammell.
They won.
Trammell. What happened to Nevada community?
42-13 final. Go Braves.
Nevada community.
All right.
Yes.
They got the dub tonight over the Crum Bobcats.
The Crum. Wow.
Crum.
They beat the Crum. Wow.
No.
Hey, that could be an accomplishment.
Crum.
They beat.
The Crum Bobcats.
This is Crum.
Okay.
Crumbs beneath our toes.
Crumbs beneath our toes. Thank you, Matt Trammell, for the enlightenment on that. All right, so as we get ready for this, we're going to allow Tim Condon to call our Lakeview highlight of the night.
Where do I look? What do I do?
So this here is what we call a little shot sheet here.
All right. I'm learning on the fly.
So I
Shot
believe
sheet.
the
That's
last
the terminology,
yeah
right?
that is
Shot
that
sheet.
is the shot sheet for the terminology for that. So the first 10 seconds will be them kind of just it'll be the intro shot with that. We'll see the guys at midfield, and we'll see them coming out of the.
I can pull this off.
And then the guy that you'll see in there is Albert Rodriguez, and what makes Albert Rodriguez probably one of the baddest cats in all of San Angelo is just his amazing mullet. I mean, this thing.
Sometimes that's important.
It's glorious.
The flow.
Yes, the flow.
I'm already jealous. I think.
Yeah, it's.
I need to get my. Hang on, I'm getting ready.
It's similar to Tim Condon's mustache.
You know,
I mean, it could be. I mean,
parallels,
you got the Wario, the Mario, but Wario,
all right,
mustache
fair
going
enough,
on there.
fair enough.
I mean, it's pretty solid there. I mean,
It
there's
takes
no way.
dedication, you know. Everything takes dedication and excellence.
There's no way I could pull that off. You do it very well, Tim Condon.
Ricky Bobby.
We're gonna do the first half of the Lakeview game.
Okay, Tim Condon's ready to go.
Tim Condon really ready to go?
He is ready to go.
I can pull this off. It starts out with the quarterback when we have the video from Joe Hyde. Is he going to go live or not go live? What's going on?
Tim Condon getting after Joe Hyde tonight. Let the zingers begin. There now. Speaking of mullets, there is another one that we witnessed yesterday. It is Ashton Hartsfield from the Central Bobcats, along with Bryson McNutt. You said Bryson McNutt. So I feel like we might have to do a piece on the best mullet in San Angelo.
Great personalities, too.
Yeah, it's almost you can see the bald eagles coming out of their hair because it's I mean nothing says America like the good old mullet.
Good leaders are always fashion forward. That's what I say. Good leaders are always fashion forward.
Yeah. So Joe, we about ready with that highlight?
We're ready.
All right.
Is Condon ready?
Well,
All right.
We'll see what we got.
Before we roll the tape there, so you may have to BS a little bit here because it does take a little while to get into it. So I'll let you kind of just do a little give and take with that.
I can hang.
Here we go. We're live.
All right, so we're starting here, and of course, Lakeview, you know, Chiefs North Side team. Kind of starting off slow. We didn't pay our internet bill, but that's all right. Here we go. Coming out of the tunnel, of course, you know, Texas. Flag always prominent.
Albert Rodriguez.
That's the guy right there, Albert Rodriguez, number 6. And he's going to always start off here, and he's going to go throw a nice touchdown pass to Brandon Herrera. Run it in right there. High stepping, doing a little thing. And then they go ahead 7-0 right there, Lakeview. And then we've got the other quarterback over there. We don't care about his name.
Nicky Bella.
You know, he's throwing to number 20. We don't care about his name. All we care about is Lakeview. All right, and then, you know, they bring it up a little bit. So they scored up 7-7, right?
7-7, yes.
Right.
Goes back to Lakeview at this point.
Exactly. Number 6 taking the ball. Just crushing people. Look at that. All the way to the end zone.
My man, Albert Rodriguez.
That's a slobber knocker touchdown right there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know, the other team. We don't care about them, but it's a little juke move right there, and actually that's pretty impressive. So
that's pretty
we're
impressive.
We're going to give the guy a name, you know, number 5. We don't know where he's at. That's
Neil High
the third. All right. And that's a 50-yard touchdown, so you can't argue with that. And then that's the end of the half, 28-28.
And then your final score, of course.
Then, of course, finish it off with 63-40. Lakeview takes it.
Wow, what a finish.
Man, I feel like, you know, I don't know. Who am I tonight? What kind of sportscaster?
We don't care about those guys. We just want to see some Lakeview
I am
Chiefs.
the Manny Diaz of San Angelo. Yes! All right.
And then, of course, Matt Trammell holding it down on the live desk. Trammell, the live feeds may be done for the night, wouldn't you say?
The lives are probably done, but I mean, I can hang out as long as y'all need me.
They pay overtime here at San Angelo Live, right? You know?
They do?
And insurance and everything, right? You know?
Oh, boy.
Hey, maybe we can do some scores because we got a lot of final scores coming in.
A lot of final scores.
A lot of final scores.
All right. Hey, there's a good one right there. Andrews Mustangs leading, or is that final? That's final. Okay, so the Mustangs
1 point.
Take it to the Lubbock Estacado Matadors, 45-44. That's from the parts known of Matt Trammell.
Yeah, that's only in the 806.
The 806, baby.
Yeah.
Menard Harper, the Longhorns, leading the Menard Yellow Jackets.
That would be the 325 versus the 830s.
There we go. Yeah. Hey, Joe, in with a little
zip code knowledge.
We know more area codes than we know mascots, and that's okay.
Hey, that's all right.
This is the battle of the 830s here.
Yeah, Lakey, Fredericksburg Heritage, 58-51. You got to put a little epic voice into that one there. Sonora El Dorado, this went in overtime.
Currently in overtime.
36-36. Yeah, in that one. So Midland Lee, Amarillo, final. Man, the Rebels looking pretty good so far. And defense kind of optional, so to speak, in that one. Bremond Centerville, 36-32. Bremond.
Is that the battle of the 512-ish or the 936?
I think that's you get more into the central, the outside of Austin, more in the Waco at that point, 36-32. Well, the reason I put that one there, Bremond, they're a team that we could see, come up down the pipeline with one of our teams. So you never know. Post and Slayton.
Does that mean Nevada Community will be playing in San Angelo soon?
As long as Nevada Community College, not a Nevada Community, they sound like it sounds like we're about to say that. But as long as Nevada Community is around, Joe, we'll put them in there just for you. How about that? All right. Sounds good. Rock Springs, Ira Ann, the Angoras. Yeah, they're pretty much too much tonight for the Ira Ann Braves. You want to adopt that team too, Joe?
No, I am with Nevada Community to the end.
We're gonna have to find out their school song and what.
I've already written it for them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Nevada Community, Nevada Community. You know how it goes?
Oh, I don't know how that goes. You just made it up. Abilene Wiley, 28-7 over Brownwood at the historic Gordon. Oh my gosh.
Sounds like that horrible college football program up there in that purple part of the country.
It is called maroon purple.
We are viewers by the section.
Oh man. Okay. Pilot Point, Peaster. We'll cruise through these. 53-30. Pilot Point cruising in that one. Muleshoe, Seminole, all Seminole tonight, 51-40. Bowie, Brock, 79-0. My goodness, Brock not holding anything back tonight. Bangs, Holly, all the kids from Brown County, 39-15. The Dragons winning that one.
Just wait till Nevada Community gets a hold of Brock.
No. Brock already got a hold of Nevada Community earlier this season.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Did they lose?
Yes, they did. It was like
Brock won?
Brock.
It was close. It was like 70-0.
Yeah. Bangs, Holly, yeah, this is all Bangs tonight, 39-15, Joe. What else we got? Brady, Ozona, all the kids from Crockett County, 20-14.
Man, Brady almost pulled it out.
Almost. Ozona too much tonight. Abernathy, Littlefield battle the Wildcats, 34-20. Abernathy, your winner. Pottsboro, Howe, 52-0 Cardinals in that one. State-ranked Cardinals. Hey, and the score of the night, how about them Lakeview Chiefs?
Yes, sir.
Oh! Yeah, LV repping there, the kids from the north side, 63-40. Junction, Mason. Mason gets their first win of the season under Michael McLeod, 34-7, former Angelo State Ram. Early, Grape Creek, a whole lot of Longhorns tonight, 36-0 over the Creek. Stanford, Archer City, all Bulldogs, 46-30. There in the fourth quarter. Sweetwater, 54, Clyde, 10. That is a final from the Mustang Bowl. Ira, Highland, woo, man, look at that one, 70-52. Whole lot of scoring there in that game. Midland, Greenwood, Canyon, oh man, 48-0 over the Rangers. Miles, Cross Plains, all Buffs tonight, 41-12. More finals to pass along. Alvin, Shadow Creek, Galena Park, North Shore, 38-21, battle the state champs. Grandview, Maypearl, the Grandview Zebras, that's who they are, 56-13. Wichita Falls, Ryder, man, so there's the other kind of sore, the black eye of the little Southwest Conference. Midland High kind of took it against Wichita Falls, Ryder, 42-13 in
Kind of like
that
Friendship.
one. Kind of, yeah, that's another one.
Friendship and Midland both falling tonight.
Yep, along with our San Angelo Central Bobcats. Man, hopefully they get it back. They get it going next week. Man, yeah, so who's holding it down for the little Southwest Comp? Midland Lee and Permian. Man, all right. Colorado City, Coleman, 47-13 Coleman. Whew. Abilene, Amarillo, Tascosa. We were just talking about this game. The Rebels of Tascosa winning this one 26-20 at the historic Shotwell Stadium. New home. The new kids on the block to 11-man football, taking down the Plowboys 46-12. Temple, Longview, what a game. This one, I'm sure we'll have an update to that one.
Louisiana? Are we starting?
No, that one's in Longview, Texas. Or actually, it's in Temple. It's in Central Texas.
That was at AT&T Stadium.
No, it's in this. The actual. It's actually in Temple. That one's in Temple
Actually,
tonight.
it was at AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, AT&T Stadium. Yeah.
Dallas Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah.
They had a lot of room for social distancing.
Llano 34-0 over the Ballinger Bearcats. Man, Ballinger's been on a hot streak until this week. Gilmer, Carthage, all Carthage tonight. The Bulldogs winners in that one. Cisco, Comanche 14-7. The Indians a winner over the Big Damn Cisco Lobos. Midland Christian taking it to Wall tonight 40-6. Wall's second loss of the season. Woo! What else we got, Joe? Stanton, TLCA. Man, yeah, we'll move that one along. Blum, 28, May, 74. Fort Davis, Sanderson, in the Indians there, 62-16. Fort Davis, your winner.
Go Robert Lee.
Robert Lee, well, Rotan, the Yellowhammers getting the best of the Steers tonight, 61-14 in that one. Van Horn, Garden City, all Bearcats, 52-32 there. Goldthwaite, Christoval, my Christoval Cougars, electrifying the season so far.
Hey, Manny, talk about Christoval's season so far.
Yeah.
They're coming on strong.
I know. Last week we throttled the Roscoe Plowboys, and you know, I would say we've never beat Roscoe that bad. Not quite undefeated. I don't believe Christoval is undefeated, but yeah, doing very well.
Who did they lose to?
Man, it was they lost. They lost week one. Who was that to? Wink. They lost to Wink in week one.
They squeaked by the Creek.
Yeah, they just barely got past Grape Creek. Bounced back also again against Roscoe. Yeah, so they're 3-1. Yeah, something like that.
Sonora?
Oh yeah, and Sonora. So they're 4-1. 4-1 on the season. Yeah, man, there we go.
4 weeks in already.
Yeah, this is week number 5 of the season, Tim Condon. I mean, we're cruising along here. And in fact, the football season will go into some part of January because of 6A. They got started a month later, so we'll see the.
Jim, just imagine how long 5 weeks has been. 5 weeks has been. Where were you 5 weeks ago? You remember where you were 5 weeks ago?
Yeah, I had about 6 masks on, and I was in my basement.
Tim Condon, do you like the mask? We'll ask you that one there.
I'm a big supporter of freedom.
Okay, all righty, that says enough.
Tim's not woke.
We won't put Tim on blast like that. We'll leave it at that. Jacksboro, Wellington. Is that a right score? The Skyrockets, 8-6.
Yeah, it is.
Man, that's a heck of a ball game in that.
It's a baseball score.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Erie and County Cherokee.
Basketball score here.
We had someone on the Facebook machine ask us about this one. Erie and County, the kids from Mertzen beating up on Cherokee tonight, 73-28. Final score there from Mertzen. We have to check in on them because they're new to six-man football. Haven't played it since the 80s. Richland Springs, Fort Worth Covenant Classical, all defending state champions, 61-16. Of course, all of our scores presented tonight by Deersky and Deersky Realtors. Westbrook and Strawn, the Mustangs, state-ranked Mustangs, taking it to the Strawn Greyhounds, 72-22. Borden County, all over the Water Valley Wildcats, state-ranked Borden County there, 46-0. Zephyr, Paint Rock, 51-0. Bulldogs on top of the Indians in that one. Panther Creek, very best, all Falcons, 50-0 over the Panthers.
You know why they're called very best?
Well, Joe, you actually talked about this. What was it, last week?
But we have a whole new audience.
Oh, yeah. So
much larger.
enlighten us here.
Because down the road, there was a town of Best.
Mm-hmm.
And so they wanted to be better than Best.
Okay.
But how are you better than Best?
You're very best.
You got to be very best. That's why. All right, next.
Oh, man. Okay, so we have Jonesboro, Milford, 59-14. Jonesboro, a little six-man action there. Brooksmith, Blackwell, more six-man action, 56-8 Blackwell in that one. Reagan County, Forstand. I'm not.
0-0.
Okay, moving along. We'll move it along.
That's a final score?
I'm not sure that is a final, but didn't.
Final?
I'm not. I don't think that one is. We'll just.
Are you doubting my technology?
No, I'm not doubting any of your technology, Joe Hayden. You proved that to me. Denton Ryan, Arlington Martin. What a game there. The Raiders, taking down the Warriors 47-24.
Denton Ryan's a brand new school, isn't it?
They are not. They have been there a very, very long time. They're a historic Texas high school football program. They have a new stadium. Denton Geyer, on the other hand, their counterpart, that is a new school. That they're only about 10 years old, more or less. Yeah. Crum in Nevada.
Community, go Nevada. The Braves, they made it. They beat Crum. The Crum crumbles.
The Crum Bobcats.
No, they crumbled.
The Crumb Cats.
The Crum Cats, they crumbled.
Oh my gosh. This is.
You know, the reason bread crumbles is because it's not properly baked. You need to make sure you have the proper amount of gluten. And that's why.
Oh my gosh.
And it all starts with the quarterback.
They are going to watch this team, Nevada community. They're kind of like Green Bay before that Farber guy.
The Farber guy. Yeah.
I remember watching that Farber guy.
All right,
Wilson Hermley, 54-0. Hermley in that one.
And I think we're done.
Yeah.
I think we're done for right now. I got to go back to the other screen. Y'all are rocking live.
All right, so yeah, we passed on just a truckload of scores for you tonight. Congratulations to the Lakeview Chiefs, now officially back in the win column. They now move to what?
3-2.
3-2. LV.
Are you going to congratulate the Shoemaker?
No.
Wolves?
No. I mean, why would no?
Well, you got all these other teams in Central Texas in here.
Hey, well, because Colleen Shoemaker played our San Angelo Central Bobcats last night. Now, I will say Central, they did put up a good fight. They did put up a fight. It's just, a few mistakes that kind of turned into an avalanche. Kind of happened. Yeah, snowballed is the perfect way to put that.
What is Trammell? Trammell's still over there.
Chilling.
He's chilling.
Yeah. This working guy on the block.
I'm doing all the live streams.
There aren't any live streams anymore.
Well, there you go.
Am I paying these guys by the hour?
Joe, I did send you, if you want to check your iMessage, we do have sound from Hector Guevara, the Lakeview head coach, following his team's Week 5 win against the Brownfield Cubs.
We'll have that up in a minute.
Yeah. So however we can get that going there. In the meantime, if we can, we'll do a little Q&A with Matt Trammell here. Trammell, was there a game that you liked the most, or that kind of was up to, I guess you can say, that was up to snuff, that you expected might be that kind of game?
Well, that Abilene Eagles game, that was a pretty good one. And the Tascosa, they kind of pulled away at the end, but I mean, heck, they battled in there the whole time. I mean,
yeah.
To the end, it was a 6-point win, so I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that. Absolutely.
And Amarillo Tascosa, they were on Central's schedule until all the COVID hit, and we had Brent Davis removed them, replaced them in with a whole lot of these other teams. Now, Tim, Central was scheduled to play, I mean, they were going to have like just a BCS kind of schedule. I mean, they were going to play Amarillo Tascosa, is a really good team, play an El Paso team. They're going to go down to Austin, play Austin Vandergrift, which is a great Class 5A team. And then all COVID hit, and then it's like El Paso, they kind of shut things down for a while. I think Laredo down in like the South Texas area, they're just now kind of being able to practice and do football activities.
Yeah, 2020 is a different year, right? It's not, you know what your lineup is now. Everything. Nobody. Most of them are even lucky to play. So good to see Texas football back though, and good to see the people that are involved with Texas football just moving forward and getting life back to normal.
It's different. I think it would have been could you imagine during these COVID times, like as the year progressed, without having sports? Just leave out the whole Texas high school football, but just not having sports at all.
Well, I think in general society, I think football and sports in general are just part of being normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have a very competitive society. We do it through sport, but we also do it through business, being an entrepreneur, doing all those kind of things. And so really kind of getting back to a little bit of competitive action on the field makes us realize that we can get back to competitive action in the business realm and all the other things that we do in society that are competitive in nature. And so, that's what sports are a symbol of that, right?
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly with you on that one.
That's what I'm really excited to see come back.
Yeah, most definitely. Joe Hyde, we do have looks like we do have Hector Guevara from San Angelo Stadium following the Chiefs' big win against the Brownfield Cubs. Whenever you're ready.
With a mask on.
With a mask on.
No gator.
Yeah, no gator.
He didn't have a gator. Thank God he didn't have a gator. He might have heard me complaining about gators.
Yeah, you were complaining about Brent Davis's gator.
Coach Hector Guevara. Coach, what was your plans coming into the game?
We just got to execute, do a better job what we did last week, one play at a time.
Yes, sir. What were your thoughts with such a major offensive clinic coming out here tonight?
We took what they gave us, and Albert and the kids, they just put it together and did a good job.
Yes, sir. What were your any changes that you guys made at the half to hold the
they got they had a pretty good little offense, and they can run the ball. We just told the kids to just be patient. They were doing a lot of good things, and I think when we were not accomplishing, we weren't tackling very well.
What are your opinions on quarterback Albert Rodriguez with 4 rushing touchdowns?
He came out today, so we're happy for him.
Yes, sir.
And I hope he continues to do the same throughout the year.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right. Man, a few words. Hector Guevara. Yeah, we made a few changes, and Albert Rodriguez kind of got after it. But, hey, Hector Guevara, you are a winner tonight to your Lakeview Chiefs. Congratulations to them. Now 3-2. Christian, if you can, pull up who they might be playing next week, and we can talk a little bit about them. But, Tim, how clutch is that for, at least one team in San Angelo to get a win this week?
Yeah, the whole season's a grind, right? So,
yeah.
You're going to take those wins and losses, and if you're on a lucky team, a good team and championship team, you might take less losses. But, the fight back, everybody takes a loss every day of life, right? And so it's a matter of how do you bounce back and how do you kind of get your mind to kind of reset and be at your best the next game.
Yeah.
And so that's the basic, right? You know.
That's a good way to put it. Christian, who do the Chiefs got next week?
Looks like they got Fabens, and that looks to be at home as well. And then Hereford, I believe.
Hereford, that's on the
Hereford
road.
next week on the road, and then Fort Stockton. That's when they start their district play.
Okay, but well, the good thing for the Chiefs, they're already playoff bound right now in Week 5.
That always helps.
Yeah,
That Fabens district, that's that first district that they'll play once they make the playoffs.
Yes. So Fabens has kind of been struggling this season. It could be, I'm not going to say an easy win, but it could be one that maybe we could potentially chalk up for the Chiefs. They fared well against them in the years past, so hopefully they have something left in the tank. But what a great game, what a great win for them. The reason why the Chiefs are playoff bound is because there's only 4 teams in the district. 4 teams automatically make the playoffs. So they're kind of just fighting for who gets the better seed, you know.
Yeah, well, and then practice time, right? You know, every game's practice time at that point.
Most definitely. So let's see. So great stuff from Brent Blinka, providing us the highlights from San Angelo Stadium with the Lakeview Chiefs and the Brownfield Cubs. James Bellini, I'm hoping we might get something else from Sonora. We'll wait and see. But if you can, we'll also have a lot of these up on our website on sanangelolive.com, as well as our social media outlets, highlights from this week's games, as well as a little bit of the post-game sound. So you can always find it with Hector Guevara there on the website. Joe, do we have anything else tonight before we say goodbye?
Predictions.
We predicting next week, perhaps?
Yeah.
I think the Lakeview
Let's
Chiefs
start with
are going
Central.
Okay.
Well, let's not start with Central. Let's start with Nevada Community.
Dude, Joe, do you know who Nevada Community is playing next week?
I don't know who they're going to play, but they're going to lose. The team they're playing is going to lose.
Nevada Community Football, Texas.
There we go.
Let's see.
Like the Google.
Let's see what the old Google machine says.
Against Grapevine Faith Christian.
Okay, so that's
they're playing a Christian team, so they're probably going to lose.
Hey, easy.
Look what the Christian teams did to Wall.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
I mean, if we have any Muslim teams, I don't know.
Hey. This is a family-friendly show. Okay. Not in that aspect there. Anywho.
No Wall game next week.
They're off. Yeah. They're
Time
off.
to recover, I guess, right?
Yeah. So,
refocus.
If in doubt something did happen to Drew Morrison, it was probably the best time. And I don't think any time is good for an injury, but time to heal up and kind of get back on the grind there. The San Angelo Central Bobcats, they get Schertz Clemens next week on the road down in the San Antonio area. Schertz Clemens, Christian, if you can look up how Schertz fared tonight, this is a pretty darn good football team. They are a very fast football team. They like to throw the football around. I'm not sure if we'll see any speed like we saw on Thursday night.
Be careful if you're going to go to Schertz. Do you know what their mascot is for the town of Schertz?
I do know what the Schertz Clemens. They are the Buffaloes.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They are the Highway Patrol. They have a police car parked there, ready to pull all you people from San Angelo over.
I thought that's what Cross Plains did.
Yeah, Cross Plains loves to do that. I've gotten many a speeding
I've
ticket
had two
there.
in Cross Plains.
The speed limit drops from like 75 to 30 in like 12 feet.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The same thing happens in Schertz.
It's a keen observation there,
Every
Joe
time
Hyde.
I go to Dallas, I'm right through Cross Plains, and it's that same officer.
Yeah.
In front of the school.
Yeah, he knows where to look. So Schertz Clemens, they played tonight against Austin Westlake. Austin Westlake is the defending Class 6A Division II state champion. And the Chaparrals got the best of the Buffs, 53-7. So yeah.
Sonora wins.
All right.
Is that the one in overtime, right?
Yeah.
First W of the season.
All right, so Bronco Nation hits the dub column 44-42. Congratulations to Kevin Sherrill and the kids from Bronco Nation there as they get their first win of the season in week. It only took till week 5, but hey, a win is a win, and I'm sure they'll take it any way they can. So yeah, so big win for them.
And just think, Manny, you were about to sign off before you told our audience.
I know. And, and I scored some points with Bronco Nation this week with the Cover 1 preview highlighting the teeny tiny kids who play flag football out there. So a big contest next week for the Central Bobcats. I'm assuming Schertz Clemens, they're not feeling too good about this one. They have an extremely tough schedule. They're going to play Converse Judson the week after San Angelo Central. They get Smithson Valley, Cibolo Steel, the list goes on there. So down in that San Antonio area, they're not. I wouldn't say they're as good as some DFW programs, but Judson, that's probably one of the most historic programs down there in the San Antonio area. So the Rockets are pretty darn good. Joe, I don't know how to call that one there between Central and Smithson or Schertz Clemens. I guess it just truly depends on what Central team actually shows up.
Over under 50 points combined.
Okay, that's a pretty good assessment there, Matt Trammell.
That's what Trammell said.
Yeah, the over-under.
Yeah, over-under, what do you got?
I got over.
You got over 50?
Over, gotta have over on that one.
What do you, offensive teams?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, they're spread offenses.
Yeah.
And certainly at the 6A level. Okay. So we'll follow up on that one. Trammell set the line there. Over under of 50.
Who's Lakeview playing next week?
Lakeview, they get Fabens.
Fabens.
The under on that
one. Fabens, Fabio's.
Hey!
Where is Fabio, by the way? I miss old Fabio.
Fabio?
We haven't even seen Fabio in probably, 15 years?
It's been a hot minute since we've seen him.
Replaced by the mullet.
Yeah, the mullet has certainly replaced Fabio. All right, Tim Condon, final thoughts of the night. What you've kind of thought of the Week 5 of Texas high school football?
Yeah, nothing better to be involved in the Friday Night Lights of Texas high school football. A great state, great Texas high school football tradition. Exciting stuff. You guys are covering it well.
Do you consider yourself a Texan or forever?
Oh yeah, 100% Texan already.
Okay.
I moved
Texas
here as
forever.
fast as I could. Yeah, but I do like my Cornhuskers. So
okay.
I'll keep that in the back of my pocket.
Well,
Have you been to the Alamo?
That's a sad topic.
Have you been to the Alamo? You
yes,
haven't.
many times.
He hasn't been to the Alamo.
No, many times.
Have you been to the San Jacinto Monument?
No.
Well, how can you call yourself a Texan?
Well, I can make a good chicken fried steak. That's all that matters.
All right, when
You're right. You do make a good chicken fried steak. But you know what the best thing about the Angry Cactus is?
What's that?
The lamb.
Oh, lamb,
I
always
want
a good
some
one.
lamb.
Fredericksburg lamb, and we have a lamb processing facility here in San Angelo, Texas.
Okay.
Very
You're
new.
killing them, is that why
So
it took so long?
we're hoping to get online and get something going. Yeah, it'd be exciting to
That's
have
good.
a nice fresh lamb.
So where are you getting the lamb from?
Currently Fredericksburg.
You're getting it from Fredericksburg. So you're looking at a rancher here who's going to let you.
There's potentially an opportunity. Yes.
Is that right? So we're hearing it first here that we're going to start
Breaking
raising lamb
news.
here in the land of sheep and goat mohair.
Finally, somebody's going to eat one. Yep.
Yeah.
That's exciting news.
Now you also have an event coming up here.
Sake dinner. I'm Chef Osaki-san for one night.
Yeah.
We are sold out, but it's going to be a great 5-course meal. Different sakis. In fact, I was tasting some sake earlier tonight.
Oh,
and my
okay.
job is difficult.
Your job sucks.
Every now and then I have to
Absolutely.
do horrible things. And so, we tasted some sake, and we're going to do some really cool things, and that'll be next Wednesday. But always exciting things happening at the Angry Cactus.
I have a question about the Angry Cactus. You have these special dinners all the time, like you have like sake dinners, and you have like from the farm or whatever, from the farm to the table. And I don't know what else you got. You got the bourbon dinners. You got the cigar smoking dinners.
Mm-hmm. That was a great dinner. I went to that
That's
one.
a great one, yeah.
Well, how fast do those things usually sell out?
Yeah, so it depends on what it is, but usually within a week of announcing.
Really?
Yeah, and so we have different formats. So like if we do something on the patio, we can only seat 24 people. If we do something on our upper deck, it's up to 50 people. Of course, with social distancing and things of that nature, we kind of take it to 40, And then and so on and so forth. And then on our big deals, when we shut down the whole restaurant, then that's 100 plus. And so it just depends on what we're doing.
Example of when you would shut the whole restaurant.
Murder mystery dinners we've done. We've done chefs battles where we have different chefs from around the community kind of one-on-one it with us, you know. We've done bar wars, which is literally an interactive
That's always fun.
Thing that you guys helped us with.
Live broadcast from the Angry Cactus with our little system here.
Always.
What would you do if you could broadcast live?
we need to do kitchen wars. We need to do a chopped at the Angry Cactus live through. Well, in my mind,
that'd be fun to watch. Why not?
In my mind, I just give you a big box of stuff to cook, and I say, how good can you do it? and we find out who can do it.
Who would compete?
I got some friends.
You have friends?
Yeah, a few of them.
You have friends? He says it like he doesn't have any friends. Okay, but nonetheless, the sake dinner sold out. The dinners you put on are phenomenal. They're always great. The cigar dinner I went to last year,
they're fun.
Man, that was great. Plus, you just have a great cigar. You know, so.
Trammell never been to one of these things. He's like Mr. Trammell eats.
I know.
He eats a few cheeseburgers every now.
I've had some cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburger Trammell.
That's right.
He's got the fries that cross your eyes.
I will just be impressed when you eat 17 cheeseburgers in 5 minutes. Then you are officially.
I almost had him.
I had like 12.
I almost had him, bro. All right, so it's been a fun week 5 of the Texas high school football season here on COVER1 Live. If you're just kind of,
we need a sponsor for Trammell's mic.
Yes, so for the dignitaries out there, for the fine folks who might be interested in sponsoring Trammell's camera, Trammell's mic, we'd love to have you on the program next week.
Wave, Trammell, wave.
Yeah, the Trammell cam. Yeah, welcome to the live desk. We're gonna have to promote that at some point this week. All right, so it's been fun. It's been real for our videographers of the night. Brent Blinka at St. Angelo Stadium with the Lakeview Chiefs. Congrats to them. James Bellini down at Bronco Stadium in Sonora with the Broncos. Victorious tonight over the El Dorado Eagles. First showdown between those two teams in a very, very long time. Sonora kind of gets the best of those guys. And, of course, Matt Trammell, the Trammell Live Desk. We're just going to call it the Trammell Desk. Why not?
Hey, I'm down with that.
He's down. Also, for the folks who keep score for us, Yanis Green and Sonia Ramirez Munoz, thank you guys. Joe Hyde on the 1s and 2s.
And at the Lakeview Stadium, we have Ryan Chadwick.
Oh yeah, and our writer of the night. You can catch his write-up of the Lakeview Chiefs' victorious win, or their showdown there. Ryan Chadwick. And then, of course, Tim Condon, the angry chef from the Angry Cactus. Yeah, it's been fun. You know, we might have to have you on again. It's always nice to hear everyone's story of football, the high school days, because believe it or not, I think we all have those kind of things, those elements attached to us. So
it's always fun memories.
Yeah, and of course, Christian Gabaldon here. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. For these guys, I'm Manny Diaz. We will see you next week. Week 6, San Angelo Central Bobcats heading down to South Texas. We'll see you for that one. Until then, good night. God bless.
Hey!